Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday Squad who can't get their shit together. What's up?
He asked us if we were ready, and if someone's saying no, he starts to stream. Alright.
Yes, exactly. The true answer is always yes, even if it's no, Brood. You know this by now. How's it going, Brood? Let's focus on Brood's life for a moment.
We should.
Oh, it's okay, I guess. It's fine. I'm getting transferred to a different job, but it's the same job, but in a different area that's much closer. And I'm seeing a lot of the kids that I was taking care of going to the next year's class, and it's like, move them. Yeah, so.
What the fuck is
It's
playing?
exciting.
What?
What is happening?
Whenever I'm sad, the banjo.
Can you bring the banjos back, please,
You want
John?
the- Yeah, fuck it. I wanted to do this one, not the fucking corn cob song.
I'm sorry you're sad, Brood, but these things happen. And at least you have good memories.
They get older.
Just imagine, you're gonna be the foundation of how they're gonna act in the future.
No pressure.
Oh,
No
God.
pressure. They're gonna remember you. I remember my kindergarten teacher. Not
Gonna
pre-K.
be angsty vampire children.
But Miss Anderson, you bint, you yelled at me on our first week studying about bears. Fucking bears! I'll never forget it.
Anderson.
That was my first week of school. Fuck you, Anderson. Bitch. Alright. As we get through some of my personal trauma, speaking of people who are traumatized, hi Alden.
What's up?
How's it going?
Oh, great. My eye feels fine.
Yeah.
I can just kind of feel the indent left by bone in my eye whenever I move it.
Yeah.
It's
It
very
seems
weird.
like a CIA pigeon, one of the trained ones, finally got to you. Trying to get to
CIA.
me.
I know your game, John. I know you're doing this.
It's not me. That's what they want you to think.
If we were playing Among Us, that would not hold.
It's a good thing. Life isn't a game among... Hey, Corin! How are you, bud?
Doing great. My exciting news is that I installed the password manager. Wow, cool.
Why?
Everyone should have
Now
it.
my passwords are secure.
I've always been afraid to get one. What motivated you?
And now
You
you
know,
don't
I've-
know any of your passwords.
I've been too lazy to do it for a while and then like I was signing up for a new service and I was like, oh, I need a password. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it.
Wow.
And I transferred probably 30% or probably not even 30%. You know, there's like a million passwords. I transferred like 8 passwords to it, you know. So
Nice.
now
I think Firefox does that on its own.
kind of, yeah.
You're secure.
It's not as
Problems.
secure really.
Yeah.
I just remember mine. But what about you, Shadow? Do you write yours down?
Yes, John, I do. But I write them on Post-it notes.
Oh. Do they get lost often?
No, because I keep them in the same stack. There's a whole shit ton of them. As I show you the back, not the front, because, I don't want to show off the passwords.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have... Your camera
Smart.
is that good. Someone can
Smart.
zoom
Training
in.
right there.
Here they are.
Oh. Temer, how are you?
About to kind of like really dig on you for saying you remember your password. If you're using memory, it shows you probably have quite like a limited amount of passwords, and having such a like reusing passwords is it's a very bad reason. It's a point of failure. Like say if one of them gets like broken into, then they have maybe information on you. They could look for other places where you might be using it and reuse those passwords that are known. And
Temer, that's what I want you to think. How dare you think that I'm an honest
He
man?
knows what he's doing.
We've
He's
been
gonna
playing
use
for a
Clever to
year,
figure it
and
out.
you don't think of me as a compulsive liar at this point? Temer,
Well,
you know what a real point of failure is?
This is for the
Yeah.
audience. We can't have, we don't want you getting shut down for,
Jesus Christ.
getting
Wow.
your audience members, all 4 of them, to get their passwords back.
Very true. Hey, what do you mean only 4 of you guys are in chat? There's 6 of you here! 6 of us here! No, there's 6 of you here!
No.
What the fuck? Why? Wait! We have an extra person? JC, how'd you get in here?
Cracked your passwords.
Oh, fuck. You figured me out. JC, where have you been? What have you been up to? It's been months.
Yeah, finally got done with school, so working now as a lowly intern, but things are a lot quieter now. So I thought I'd come back at least for. Okay, I'm back.
Oh,
Didn't get away.
he's addicted. Just like
Tried.
I am. Well, JC has a lot to catch up on, guys. So I think we should start him off doing the recap of what happened last year.
Really?
Whole
Last year.
If you want. I don't
Oh,
fuck.
Shadow's got that.
Uh,
Shadow's got notes upon notes. He'll just
I
read
do have
each-
notes on notes, but we have a lot of things to do this session. You don't want to hear all that.
Give us
How about a
something
recap-
quick. Somebody give us
Recap.
something quick.
How about a recap from last session?
Oh, yeah. sure.
Alden and Temir
Okay.
got Maya and Julia's characters killed.
Yeah.
And then lots of shenanigans. Things went terribly wrong. I brought in Alonzo, which everybody hated. Or loved. Got Coraline back. And then more shenanigans. Brood killed an old woman. Vampire stuff. And Horse and Temir and Antra got married, apparently, which I missed.
Yeah.
And then last time you did, lots of interesting stuff until you were on your way back to Tulsa before the winter break.
We lost Horace.
No, it's
Right.
Yeah, that was interesting. No one can say otherwise to that. Thatch, go ahead.
Okay. Last session, we exited the illusion maze. We got a favor from Josh and offered to help out Boris Valsmalek when we came back into Tulsa. We were able to get Teratai in a mechanics apprenticeship before we left. Thatch got a prophecy to either be a building block or an agent of destruction. And also found that Angela is an evil and horrible wizard who has maniacal intentions and that I need to watch out for. We returned to Tulsa. We found out Randy's there. Talked to the tyrant about Paradigm. Didn't get horribly bitched out, which was nice. And then we met Fen. We saw that Citron has some dead eyes, and Antoine saw a connection similar to that of his elemental, and felt it as he walked past her, almost like she's a golem herself. We then talked to Meza about her upcoming role here in Thorazor, and then we went to Randy. We learned a little bit about elementals. Apparently, the Eternium Crystal is now fueling Randy, and that there was once 28 pyramids like him. Randy is the only one that we know about now. And Angela got to see the last moments of the Mokapuni Elemental, who willingly gave up his Eternium Crystal, even though Angela refuses to believe it. And that is where we left off.
Indeed.
You forgot the most important thing. We
Oh.
voted.
You
did.
voted at True Milk True.
Voting is
Wow.
important.
Let me go ahead and take it from here, guys. As we unwind that scene and go into a more sporadic shifting of movements and moments, John has some words for you all, as well as the intention of putting somebody on the spot. So I hope all of you are firmly anticipating who is going to get picked first.
Not it.
Why'd you gotta say that, JC?
It's
Oh, it's
obviously gonna be rude.
It's decided already. Failure team! Your name is now felt more than ever. Disbanded until a new use can be found for you. Forced to wait after days of whining, you all eventually break up to seek things to deal with as the winter snows begin to fall onto the world. The money you've made is currently seized. You're under audit after Paradigm's death. Many magical items poorly recorded lost in his Shadow Flame demise. It has been one hell of a disastrous year, but also an enlightening one. You've seen friends come and go. One of you even, albeit temporarily, were married. Secrets have come in droves, and although not everyone will know just how much good you've done, your reputation not allowing for that, to you, everything you've done has mattered. Isn't that right, Anchois? Anchois, you're somewhere in the Tyrant's Court, musing about your existence, your future, your plans, waiting for your contract to end. A choice is coming up soon. But where are you? What are you doing? What's going on with Anchois?
Here's a good question. Is it going to Nevlator's Arsenal, or is it post?
It is going to be pre. I'm giving you some time before we send you off to learn how to mold Mithril. Where the fuck did my Tums go? Thank you. Ugh. Hello.
I
You guys
would.
I'm unpacking a new thing of Tums.
Yeah, I would check out the statue I commissioned. See how that's coming along, or at what point will it be unveiled?
I'm sorry. What's the topic of the sentence? I missed it while chewing.
Be checking out the statue I commissioned. Commissioned the statue.
Oh yeah, it's totally done.
Of yourself?
Of
Yes,
himself,
of me,
yes.
of Anchoa, just hold, it is of Lava Guy.
You put it in Riverwatch, right?
Yeah. It'll be unveiled.
Before your funds were seized, you quickly grabbed some platinum and threw it at a man. Told him go make you a statue. Which he did to the best of his expectations. There is a figure standing/sitting in a chair. It's kind of weird. He's got a really long torso. Kind of like a snake. Sort of looking out towards the sea, downriver. Where an airship used to stand. It is currently covered in snow. The Arctic conditions here in Tulsa nearby territory, keeping everybody chilled inside. But you have a flame elemental probably summoned to keep you warm and mobile during these cold winter months.
We had a bit of particularities we want to walk through on the statue.
Sure.
Should we play that out, or should we unveil it, or
only if you go ahead and just describe the statue to the rest of the party. This has all been done to your specifications.
So, I wanted a statue to commemorate the old gods that we had in Mokapuni, and particularly to remind the folks in Riverwatch kind of where we came from. So I commissioned a statue in the likeness of the one that we have on the beach of Lava Guy, in commemoration to the elemental that lived in our volcano, the massive one that dominates the island. And for it, I had implanted in it a gemstone that would take a minor cantrip, one that is create flame, and I would like it to, when people put flammable stuff like wood, kindling, everything like that, it'll catch fire. That way they can always have fire in the cold land that we currently are at. I kind of directed it to point to our old land, that is Mokapuni, the land that we left. And I wanted an inscription on it saying our land.
So it's pointing at an angle down?
Angle down, yes, it's sunk beneath the waves, it's gone. No, it's still there. The land's still there, despite not being able to hold
It
life.
points out to sea, for the man who made it
Yeah.
did not know exactly where Mokapuni was. But he knew it was an island somewhere.
And I wanted to unveil it for the Mokapunians who live in Riverwatch, just so they could know and remember, and so they have something.
Yeah.
one of many things I kind of have ideas and plans to do in this adopted land. Another is I wanted to kind of like talk to. All right, we can move on. Hey, John, let's move on to the next one. No worries.
No, I'm still. I just read what fucking Rumble Roar posted in chat, and it's just tonight at 7. Local Tulsa children burned alive by a fire-breathing statue commissioned by the failure team.
Well, I'm assuming the children are smart enough not to climb into the fire. The fire
You
mouth
assume too
of
much.
the statue.
You
That
assume
was
a
your
lot.
first mistake,
I
sir.
was gonna say-
Not works with kids.
But nonetheless, if they don't, then hey, get them warm for the first second.
True.
And the rest of their lives.
Very,
The rest of
very
their lives.
true.
They'll be warm.
Anchois crematorium statue, as it were. You build the statue
Service.
beautifully.
Service for the Riverwatch people, and I want to do some political stuff around town in Tulsa. Just basically check up on the normal city people. The kind of organize some sort of a voice in Tulsa, so we're not drowned out. So just kind of cohesiveness of the Mokapunian, so it doesn't like general stuff that a prominent person in a community that just arrived would do. Basically, ensure they have a voice in the local sayings
Government?
and goings. Government, yes, for one. Yes, exactly. Not only doing prominent things for the people, but just basically making sure that they're well known and well represented in this area. Because all you have is yourselves, and that's it. God knows.
Well, out of the
it's-
2.5 million people who came here during this past year, Mokapuni isn't even like 1% of that. There's very few Mokapunians. And it's kind of why they're spread out so much. They probably will never have a true governmental voice. Like local affairs and like Riverwatch, for sure. They more or less live in Riverwatch now. In their little island community off the coast of the Heights of Terror, no one else lives there. They got all the voices. But in like Tulsa City, the city-state of Tulsa, probably not.
just wants to make sure that they do have a place to go or they have a voice, just so they're not drowned out. It's a very important thing that they're not swamped, absorbed, or their issues are not ignored or some things like this.
Yeah.
This is the kind of the goals that Antro has been building through this entire time, is making sure the community exists, is able to endure and continue with their practices. And it's one of the things that kind of reminds him on how the tyrant is trying kind of hard to do that, to enforce his own agenda. So there's really not much else that Anshua could do outside of making sure that existence, is continued, is assured.
It's true. There's not much Antoine can do. In general, really. A level 8 wizard, although powerful to anyone else individually, compared to 2.5 million people? A sub-chieftain of like 7,000? You also only have like a month to do this before you get sent over to Clowntown to learn how to make
month?
Mithril.
I have a
Yeah.
month in Tulsa?
Yeah.
Well. There was this month we are going. I'm leaving, heading off.
All right, you head off early. You're like, fuck it.
I thought it was
No, it's
I have a
fine.
month in Tulsa.
Yeah, we're gonna leave at the end of November. I think. Or October? Did I fuck up? John has to check his calendar now, you son of a biscuit.
We're the 18th of November, if I remember correctly.
I don't have anything written down for you guys in November. Did I just stop tracking you guys?
Possible.
P tolls, P bridge. Okay, well, I know the bridge. What happened at the bridge? P dies on bridge, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't
He
have
dies
any.
on bridge.
I don't have any dates for last session, but the one before it.
Ah, the Statue of Lava guy happened on the 26th. Bubor shuts down, the Tyrant holds his news conference, propaganda begins to spread about Fezre. Alcazon creates own luxury plants. It is definitely not the 18th.
I have that we went.
We
into
arrived
the
in Tulsa
illusion-
the 18th.
Of October, maybe.
I have that we went in the illusion house on October 13th, and that's as far back. as I have.
Oh,
Yeah, you're a
It was
month ahead of us,
October.
Chief. Yeah. Woo!
oh.
Well then.
Well, if I have from October to November, then you'll be doing the things that he normally does, which is basically studying.
It's fine.
I mean,
Antoine, you get shipped off to Nevlator's arsenal under the cover of night in your own little special airship. I don't know if you have been on the Judgment of Longing at least once, correct?
most likely. I think even
We
just to get to
will have-
Tulsa, we
That's
guess-
Irithil's, right?
Yeah, that's the Earthil's airship.
When we
That's
went
the
to
ship we
City
used
of
to rent
Blinding
for
Lights.
Mhm.
I think JC got drowned out, but it was a smart-ass comment, so...
No, I was saying the same thing as Alden. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 17,000 feet in the air, Antoine. You get shoved out of this airship, tubed out to featherfall your way down into Nevlator's arsenal, so that no wizard sees the highly magical airship to pursue it for piracy. You fall. It's hot, even here during winter time. And you just kind of chill as you fall down, the elemental in your eye pointing out and calling out just how close to the ground you are. Kind of like as an internal, what's it called?
GPS.
Not GPS.
Altimeter?
Altimeter, thank you. Altometer. And Antoine, you feather fall yourself perfectly down to the surface of Nevlator's arsenal. You're here, alone, free, in the middle of the night.
Perfect. It's the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody around? Is it still quiet? Like, is this place still the hub, or is it not a hub at all?
No, it's not too active during this night in particular. Although it's not real winter here in Nevlator's arsenal. People like to go out and gallivant other places during the winter time. Wizards are hard at work studying beneath dimly lit lamps and lanterns. Gang members who serve these wizards to be just brutes and goons are kind of drinking away their nights, hanging out. And I assume you're going to head all the way to Clowntown's domain. The Clowntown, if you will.
Since it's nighttime, that's exactly where I'll go. There's really nothing open during the day. There's nothing to do. There's no one really I want to talk to at this crazy town.
Yeah.
It's not really my favorite town in the earth, and kind of loathes being able to spend a couple of months here. So I get to their section. I minor illusion a face mask, of course.
Of course. You got to put on your clown makeup.
No, I don't want to put
It's
on the
so
clown
far.
makeup.
You put on the clown makeup, Antoine. It's beautiful.
I disguise self. That's how I do it.
Exactly. The illusory clown makeup.
I head over to Clown Town.
You head down into this massive bunker, which is a rather mellow rave at the moment. There's like one guy who's just dancing on the dance floor, breaking it down, even as the music is turned off. You give him a wide berth, assuredly. And you head to the back room where Clown Town can be found. There he is, listening to a dead, tired jazz band, which has likely been kidnapped or forced to play, as he, eternally awake, waits for something important to happen. Or at least exciting. And you walk in, Antoine. How much of the Clown Town stuff do you want to role play out?
I want to see exactly what does he want with me. Like, he's gonna train me to do some things. Did he get the money? What are the terms of the training? These are just minor stuff that will dictate on how I will progress.
Antoine, are you in any position to refuse, honestly?
I signed my life away already. I mean, I just want to know exactly how deep this goes.
You are going to get the magical training from hell. You're going to spend the 1st of November, I believe, to the 1st... No, not 1st of January, like the 30th of January. No, not January, fucking December, excuse me. So, God, that's only 60 days or so? Yeah, you have 60 days to learn something that most wizards learn in years. To mold mithril, a magical metal. It's gonna be rough, Antoine. He's gonna feed you good berry to keep you awake and to keep you fed. He is going to cast anti-sleep spells upon you, so you never have to rest, nor will you feel tired. More and more, you'll find yourself turning into some sort of paint substance every time you sweat out over a forge, which honestly is not necessary why you are at a forge. Maybe it's just for, like, the mental imagery help. But you're, like, using magic on, like, mithril. Mithril, it does not burn. You can't ignite it. So when you're, like, doing this and you're standing next to just, like, a 15,000 degree smelter, you're like, huh, why am I sweating so? What is the point of this? Clown Town will always say it's part of the process. You're doing great. Thank you for your money and patronage. And more you start to sweat out just like droplets of paint.
Could I get a read on Clown Town? Like, what type of person is he? This gangster clown who slaves people in Normal City.
Yeah, give me an insight
ran
roll.
away.
I eagerly await your insight roll. You know, Antoine, fucking liches.
Yeah, really.
They're immortal. He's a wizard, but he's not the lich of wizardry, so he must feel bad about that. He's a clown. Ultimately, what he's doing is a farce.
Some bozo.
Yeah. He's sad, too. He's currently going through a sad clown state. You'll find out during, like, part of this, his wife left him, if you didn't remember that already.
For sure you remembered.
Yeah, of course. He remembered the dirt on everybody.
Not wrong.
Yeah. Okay, I need an Arcana check now.
Hey.
Give me this beautiful Arcana. Just don't roll a fucking 1, for the love of God.
Let's see.
Okay.
Ooh, there's a good one.
I'm not proficient either. Wizard who's not proficient
Very
in Arcana.
nice. Antoine, please add to your proficiencies mithril working, as you learn how to craft mithril. You're not like a skilled shaper yet. You're gonna have to practice that. There'll always be a roll to it, but this will be an intelligence-based proficiency bonus skill of yours from now on.
All right, so Clown Town. What the hell is driving him in this place? Like what? I can't even get into this guy's head because these people, like, how do you even start to understand these people?
You know, you're cracked out on all sorts of arcane drugs. You're also here learning a really hard craft while under pressure, and you're actually focused on it, judging by your language proficiency checks.
Yes.
I don't know if Antoine has the time to peer in and psychoanalyze ya boy Clowntown. However, he's extremely driven and motivated. He's a self-starter, shot caller. And he's teaching you ancient magical ways that you have paid several thousand gold to learn.
Not me.
You're right,
I just
Tyrant.
paid
Team.
I just paid with months of my life.
It's true.
He
Time.
saddens that prospect.
60 days of your life. But when your time is up, Clowntown will give you a parting gift as he takes you deeper, deeper, and deeper into the bunker, where you will find yourselves at a teleportation circle, one of the few in the world. He will cast a spell, say, I don't know if this will work, and then he'll shove you into it. Getting you within 50 miles of Tulsk. Can you please roll me a scatter die? I need a 1d8 for direction, and then a 1d 150.
Ocean.
This is what I roll for Tristan. It's whenever he teleports.
I have to type in the 150.
Ooh, a 3. Okay, you're not going into the ocean. That's good.
It's good.
Damn.
1, 2,
I'll-
3. You're heading due east. Give me that 150. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. 98, 100 miles away from Tulst. You will find yourselves falling through the sky. Oh, shit! You quickly cast Featherfall on yourself to catch your bearings, falling slower. You hit a pine tree on the way down. You hit another pine tree on the other way down. And then you fall onto the dirt.
Immediately stand up, look around. Do I know where I'm at?
No. But someone will
no.
come find you, surely. You have shade. You have airships. Town's on high alert.
Town's on high alert. 2 months later.
Is
There's
it
no
covered in
snow.
snow?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no snow.
No, there's snow. There's snow everywhere. That's why I didn't make you roll damage. You just fell into snow. But you are a 8th level wizard, and you have tiny hut, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so surviving's not really a threat for you right now, Antoine.
Didn't get a chance to like learn anything or hang out in Nevotar's arsenal or anything like that. It was just
It was purely work.
that was it. I was
was-
kicked out immediately.
It was a nightmare, yeah. Nevotar's arsenal is not a hospitable place, and you don't belong there. Did you really want to learn anything from Nevotar's arsenal anyway?
A list I written down, but that's all right. It's done. it's
You should have found the
I
mirror.
suppose it's done.
On your bathroom breaks, you notice you're gone a little bit too long.
Well. I'm sorry, Antoine. You made your decision weeks ago. Get fucked, loser. Someone comes to rescue you eventually, Antoine. Who do you want it to be to rescue you?
I literally don't care.
It's Schmitty.
Yeah.
Schmitty, who would you not want to rescue you?
Jerome.
Tristan. It would be Tristan.
Oh, you do hate Tristan more than you hate Jerome. That is true.
Randy comes above and light digs him up.
There it is.
Alright, someone roll me a 1d2. 1 is Tristan, 2 is Randy. Antoine, you're out in the woods when all of a sudden, teleporting above you, hitting 2 pine trees on the way down, here comes Tristan Darter, the man who couldn't kill a babe. Unlike you, who could kill thousands of babies.
Well, I'm saved by you, I suppose.
He exclaims as he slams into the dirt, hitting that dead perfect body outline you made in the snow. He goes straight through the snow into the dirt before hopping up to his feet, grabs hold of you, and says, "Hi, Antoine. You're welcome." Alright, let's go. We have to walk 100 miles. Also, sick makeup.
Knew it.
I never wore makeup. I was casting
Permanent.
the entire time. This guy's self.
You're sweating now.
It's your sweat.
Pitch and oil paint.
Antoine will soon make it back to Tulsa, where he will, I suppose, join the festivities. It'll probably be like the 32nd or 33rd when he arrives.
The what?
There's 35 days in December. We'll get to you. Don't worry, Fen. You know, I had like a basis, but now I feel like I'm just gonna curb stop Antoine and destroy his winter plans entirely.
You've already done. I mean, go ahead. You might as well continue. It'll only
Yeah.
add to the humor. It'll only add to the humor.
Antoine, the tyrant basically speeds through a meeting with you and gives you a new yearly contract. This time there's an addendum that if during the next winter there is like active war on Tulsa, you will more or less be conscripted with a 4 times pay raise. Just due to the fact that, you know, emergencies and blah blah blah.
So during this meeting with the tyrants, I say you are basically giving me the same contract you gave me before. You're offering me nothing more, not even the crystal that you've taken from my island that could save my island. And you're offering me to conscript me for this war.
Only if
You get-
Tulsa is under attack, like direct assault, yeah.
You soured the deal for last year. It tastes a bit more sour.
What did I promise you last year?
To talk to an elemental, get connected with an elemental.
Did I not do that? Is there not
You
one in your
did.
eye?
8 months later, you offered
happens.
to introduce me to an elemental.
Well,
You stolen the crystal.
no, I didn't. He lets you think on the contract.
Yeah.
He expects it in 3 days, 2 days, on the 2nd of January is when your contract lapses. Okay. While Antoine goes back to his room, everyone commenting on how nice his face paint is, we will jump to the next person. Another 1-year survivor. Sever! Not technically a survivor. You did die. But still.
Yeah.
It's been a hell of a year for you. What's been, like, the main highlight for Sever? Was it...
You know, I think it used to be that, you know, the tyrant was his dad, but now it's also just that he gets to hang out with just Meza and Honor Meza now. Because those are his friends, you know? And now they have no reason to be outside of Tulsa, so he gets to just hang out with them during the day, if they allow him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Having a cool, handsome frog vampire Just show up? Hell yeah. That's just like talking material. Even if you're just an ornament, they'd want you.
Yeah. And then I do casually bring up that I need energy to survive, and like, hey, it'd be cool, you know.
They
Yeah.
laugh your joke off, taking it 100% as a joke.
Right. And then I mentioned, but also your friend, whatever his name is he still in the bathroom, like camping out in there?
Danger? They call into the room, but there's no response.
Would it be cool if he made like contract with me? That'd be cool.
You'd have to get his reaction, but the last vampire he met, he murdered, quite brutally. He's kicked him into the ocean.
So, like, persuasion roll at disadvantage. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So, and then what I want to do with my knights, though, is I would like to continue working on the tunnel, at least until I hit that first river. I know what you're thinking, John. And once Sever hits the first river, he thinks to himself, you know, the water isn't so much a problem as the elemental is the problem. And once he hits that first river, he wants to spend most of his time looking for that water elemental that's on that river. He's gonna find him. He's gonna find him one day. Oh, also, if I run into any ruins, that'd be cool.
What you've described to me is preposterous. John, I wanna fucking... Hang on, let's just...
myself in a tunnel.
Fucking... Can I just make a 300 or 260 mile tunnel from Tolst on my own?
If I can't do it in 2 months, I've got an eternity ahead of me. Alright, this will happen eventually.
You're right, Brood. It will happen eventually. But no, that's not gonna happen in 60 days.
No problem. Okay, cool.
I'm sorry. But that's
Fine.
way too stupid.
And I also just asked if Smitty has been working on the Mark II at all for the past 60 days.
If Sever really has no idea of what to do, I might have a proposition for him.
Oh, okay. I'm always up for more stuff to do. I've got a lot of time to kill.
So, the plan for Fen was to either go to Maelstrom or Ugarest to set the framework for him overthrowing their government and taking control. And it works out for both of you. You get to make deals through people by being my partner, because when we're partners, a deal with me is a deal with you.
I do like where this is going.
I hate how I'm having to kill every idea in the cradle here, guys, but like... You can't make it to Ugra. It's too far right now.
Then
Pretty
Maelstrom.
far. Maelstrom's also pretty far.
You want to go to... Maelstrom's doable, but you might not be able to leave, is the thing. Actually, it might not be doable anymore.
With the forge.
Wow. We're not going to talk about that just yet.
The Forge isn't our friend anymore.
We couldn't have been on the Judgment of Longing on the way to Nevlator's and just hopped off and hiked the way there?
Do you have Feather Fall as a bard?
No. Wait, yes.
Oh.
Hold on. Let's see if I remember. No.
No.
Guys, walking into Maelstrom with 2 people is a death sentence, no matter what level you are. It's very dangerous there.
I just want to ask them to help me kill Ugarest.
No.
I think they'd like that.
I reject your plan. I'm sorry.
But if you bring it up to Sever, he will say, like, if you want help overthrowing Ugarest, just make a deal with me? Yeah, totally.
Oh, I'm not making a deal with you.
you.
We're going to be partners.
Hmm.
I'm not dumb.
What do you mean? We're already on the same... It is in my interest to keep you alive. The deal will just ensure that.
No.
Okay, well... We'll see what we can do. Yeah.
We need to focus back on you for at least another 10
No
minutes.
problem.
To
For sure,
stay
for
on
sure.
schedule.
No problem. Can I roll for, like, a luck die for hitting any ruins at all? Or ancient temples?
You're not gonna tunnel your way... Moving
I'm not.
thousands of pounds... Why don't you just search for ruins? That's gonna be way easier. Like, John, I walk over the snow. I look for ruins. No, I want to tunnel underneath the fucking earth. That's what I want to do. You won't even see them. You'll just dig under them.
There's been some plate tectonics going on in this continent. Alright, but I understand.
And you describe it in a more digestible way,
Are you able to dig through
rather
solid
than
rock?
something that is a complete and utter farce to me.
Sure. Tulsa has not always been in this exact area at the beginning of time because of the shifting of the continent over time.
Yeah.
Could be stuff underneath, or even, I guess, above this.
John, I want to dig up buried treasure. Can I just start going into people's backyards?
Completely coincidental.
He wants to go to Blighttown underneath Tolst.
I want to run into the vermin. I'm sorry.
That you can do.
Oh, sure.
For sure.
Sure.
There is that big-ass fortress you went to save Citron Jewel at with chasing down Saf. That's a ruin you know for sure exists. It's not like you guys truly investigated that. You just walked down a path and then got what you came for and then left.
Alright, I'm still kind of tunnel motivated right now, so if that whole group is gone, alright? If there's no army defending this tunnel, this ancient ruin, what I'm interested in is I want to go back to where the rat people were and see if they made any tunnels. Hell, if the leeches made any tunnels.
Okay, John now has to ask what's the deal with the schizo fixation.
They're mine now, John. Those ruins, those tunnels, pre-built tunnels, belong to me now. I'm sorry.
There aren't tunnels, but there are burrows. Do you want holes filled with snow and dirt?
It's a start. It's a start. I'll take those. Those are mine. I marked them on my map. Alright, that's important to me.
Sever's lost his mind, everybody.
Vampires are not very, what is the word I'm looking for? Rational.
Or maybe you just aren't.
Cocaine Bad Bagel, Hodel, what is it, the other one?
Are you
But they
making...
accomplish things.
Is this gonna be your thing forever? You're gonna dig
I
tunnels
need
for...
a hobby. Yeah.
Are you
The
gonna become
vampire
tunnel
tunnels.
Bagel? Is that your goal?
Dude.
Yeah.
That was the perfect time to dig tunnels. Let's
Exactly.
be honest. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
The
There you
cold, hard earth. You shuffle
Once
through.
you've dug some of the tunnels, then you put a bunch of, food in there just in case there's nukes
yeah.
from Navigators,
Mhm.
Corpses? What? Sever,
We
you
have
dig
bunkers.
until at one point outside of the city of Tolst, still digging your one... I don't know. How far can a man dig in 2 months?
How far can a vampire dig in 2
don't know.
months with no rest?
Like, during World War I, hundreds of people were digging tunnels for, like, a couple hundred feet for weeks.
Those are people.
I guess. But there's a lot of people.
You're gonna get tired. Okay.
And they also had tools like dynamite.
Yes.
Well, he has a magical sword.
Oh, God.
No, the sword's gone.
Oh, really?
No, it's-
He has a
I
different magical
I have a
sword.
different magical sword now. Sorry, Carlene. If that is who you are.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Sever, at one point, the tyrant shows up and calls down into the hole. Sever!
There's maybe from very far away. There's like an echo of like feet thrumming, and like maybe 10 minutes later, Sever shows up. Yo, what's up?
We only see your forehead right now, G.
Your
That's how
camera
that's how
gets
the
up.
RP.
that That is, there you go. That's how the
Okay, so you just
That's how-
pop up like 2 inches above the surface. But Tyrant puts an umbrella down so that you're not hit by direct sunlight, so that he can talk to you for a moment.
Mhm.
You're bound to me for all of your life, I suppose, or my life. So I shouldn't need to ask this, but I'm doing the rounds for the contract.
Mhm.
He
yeah,
hands you a folder, like a sealed envelope.
I'm not even looking at it. Just like signing all the X's on it. Like,
Okay,
yeah,
I need it here. And during this
Uh-huh.
time, you get to see his fancy swag ring. It is like a miniature crown on his left ring finger with a purple
Oh.
gemstone in it.
You got ice from your marriage thing. By the way, where is she? Are we gonna meet her someday?
I'm not married.
Oh,
Ice.
I thought that was part of the progress with becoming the king of the Things. No?
I talked them out of it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm a very, persuasive man, I guess.
Right. Hey.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sever, what's
do you-
going on, man?
Well, so we have fast travel in Destry, and I wanted to see if I can get some fast travel between Tulsa and anywhere else.
So you're gonna... It's called an airship, my man.
Well, I mean, it's called fog gates. I'll figure it out. Give me some time.
Wasn't that above ground?
It was above ground, but why does it have to be?
Because most
I mean,
people walk above ground,
there-
Sever.
There are mausoleums, right? And the mausoleums can be connected to them as well. So where it starts shouldn't matter as long as we have a way there. My logic is if there is a point that we can get there, then I can fog gate us there.
Okay. Did any of you go to collect a reward for Paradigm's death, by the way? He asked you this, Sever.
Not yet. I mean, who knows though? I mean, no one really knows that Paradigm's dead. We still have some of his bones, I think.
What?
You have his
Don't we have-
bones.
Don't we have his bones?
No,
I
we
took
don't.
walks along the
Did you get
bottom.
my bones?
No.
No, he
Hmm.
disappeared into thin air, in the darkness.
Oh, that's right.
No, the only one who ever got one of Paradigm's bones was Antoine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got him.
It didn't make that far.
Oh, God.
He taps you on your coarse stone head like a weird dog. And just says, Sever, on the 35th, we're going to have a party to celebrate the new year as the task force.
Cool.
And if you show up covered in dirt, I'm going to publicly humiliate you by hosing you down.
I understand. I'll make sure I'm not covered in dirt when I arrive, and I'll
Thank you.
set it on my
Covered in dirt.
schedule.
Thank you so much.
Alright, awesome.
All right. You take care now, bud.
You too, buddy.
Uh,
Call if anything gets dangerous. All right.
you got it. Do you want a shovel?
I have 2 shovels. I should show him the 2 shovels I've been using. They're both very worn. These have been working out pretty okay.
He throws you a collapsible entrenching tool that he brought. It folds up and like you screw it on tight, and then it can like fit on your satchel. It's made out of like some aluminum or steel.
Thank you so much. Can I keep this little umbrella thing in here? This is amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, cool.
I can send someone with tarp if you want.
I'll take it. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'll have that delivered. Take care, Sever, and please add a digging proficiency to your character
Oh
sheet.
my god. He has a dig speed now.
You have a
Mining
dig
tools,
speed.
maybe?
Yeah, mining
Oh, dig
tools.
speed.
Mining tools. Sure thing.
A 5-foot dig speed. There you go.
Molder.
I mean, a 5-foot dig speed is like 70,000 feet per day.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's pretty good.
That's 30
Yeah.
miles.
That's really good.
Wow.
That's faster than
Yeah,
we
but
travel on
How
land.
has he been holding up his tunnel and keeping it from collapsing?
At this
Is it
point,
just
he's
dirt?
not. It's literally collapsing on him, and he's just shoving the earth back, trying to compact it. And then he makes some
Yeah.
more progress, and then it happens again.
It's
So
very
he's
much,
digging a trench from under instead of above.
Yes.
yeah, correct.
There's no support
There's-
structures.
Multiple cave-ins, and it's okay because I don't breathe.
He's constantly digging his own grave to climb out of it, like a true vampire.
Luckily, vampires know when the sun is out, so.
But don't know what day it is.
No.
Like 1/12 walking speed, you could really travel. Like it opens possibilities because you don't sleep, man. You don't sleep. Like,
One day it'll get better, you weird frog mole man. Is there any person you want to have a scene with, which we robbed Antoine the choice of having?
Can I, at the very, so, as I'm, like, tunneling back, I hear a thump. I'm like, that's really weird. And then, like, could go about my tunneling. I'm walking back to Tulsa, and I hear another thump. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I tunnel upward, right? I get the umbrella, and I boop. And I turn, and I see Antoine and Tristan Darter walking away. I'm like,
Bugs Bunnying it. He's literally.
Are they holding hands?
No, of course.
Damn.
they clearly hate each other. Hey, Tristan.
Ah!
who's that?
Tristan just throws a fucking throwing dagger at you immediately. You duck through it, it punches through the umbrella.
Ah, the sunlight.
Oh! Sever!
I just wanted to know who it was.
Oh, you scared the shit out of me.
I'm sorry. You see a different tunnel and the umbrella come up again.
Yeah.
Like,
You see Antoine's beautifully painted face.
that. You really went native for a native of Mokopuni, Antoine. I can say you look good. I mean, a little bit, gaunt, but your arms look really. You look good.
I was molding Mithril from dusk till dawn till dusk till dawn again. It wasn't stop. It was just continuing. It was horrible.
I'm so sorry.
Clown.
That sounds like we peer pressured you into a really rough, difficult thing.
I was nothing more than an animal after the first week. Just constantly molding Mithril. Just like it was
Okay,
a machine.
we have to move on.
You're not an animal to me, Antoine. Come down this tunnel so I give you a hug.
You fall. As you embrace your long-lost companion, Sever, you bite his neck and turn... No,
No, I
okay.
don't.
Fen, Teratai, or Thatch, who wishes to go first? And after you, we'll take our first break.
We can do me if no one else wants to
Eeny,
pony up.
meeny, miny, mo. Catch a Fen
Pony
by
up.
the toe. Fen,
I'll do it.
how's it going?
Oh, no idea what to do now that I've been shot down already.
Where are you in the Tyrant's Court?
He's probably just in his room trying to think of what he could do to make contacts to help him better Ugarest once it's overthrown.
What makes Fen think that he's gonna take it over? Seeing as he's not going there at all.
I don't know.
Just a long-term goal, years down
Yeah.
the line. Why is he so
Just
driven?
some kind of delusion.
Why is he so motivated to do this?
Because he wants to make the capital of commerce a bigger capital of commerce that welcomes demi-humans that don't have to hide there and bring actual culture there that isn't just money-based.
You don't like capitalism, Fen?
No, he does. He just wants to give it more things backing it so that people can't see how much money he's hiding from everyone else.
Ah. A truly selfless hero. Paragon of capitalism, I suppose.
Sure.
What the fuck, Alden? Okay. You are in the tyrant's court, doing things, plotting, planning. You know, now that you think about it, isn't Hyperia super close to Ugarest? Isn't
Yeah.
Ugarest like the gate to the west for this eastern continent that you're on?
Yeah, it sure is.
There are 2 princesses from Hyperia over here.
There are.
Maybe
I'll
that
go
could-
talk to him.
Yeah. You go talk to Just and Honor Meza, showing up, I guess during one of these winter's waiting days, also known as December. It's cold outside, but you're inside where it's nice and warm. People are shooting the shit. There's like an eternal snowball fight happening outside from like the early morning to the late afternoon. But who gives a shit about that? You're a schizo plotting the end of a country that you once lived in and have since run away from. You go looking for these 2. Where do you want to find them? Do you want to find them, like, outside, out and about? Like a weird stalker? Or do you want to show up, like, outside their room?
No, I'll
Like a
just knock on
weird
the
stalker. You knock on the door?
door. Yeah.
Yeah. You knock on the door, never having spoken with either of these 2 people before. Let's see who you get. You have a 2 and 3 shot. You... Unbelievable. Hang on 1 second. How am I forgetting this man's name? Shadow, what's this fucking guy's name? I know you wrote it down.
It's in a pile of notes somewhere.
Find it before
So I
I
have it
do.
interact. All right.
I'll give
See
you
what I can do.
experience if you actually do.
Yeah.
The race is on.
What
Rumpelstiltskin.
guy's name?
The escort of...
Oh, it was Darling. It was Darling Masters
Fuck, what was his name?
Ditters, something like that. It
Aerial
was
Master
very long.
Darling.
Aerial Master Darling, yeah. Something
Is
like
it
that,
really?
yes.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Right here it says
It was that. It was really
Yep.
that.
Ariel.
Ariel Darling
Answer.
Masters managed to keep
Thank
her
you.
alive.
Thank you
That's
so
all right.
much. My notes are in disarray since my move. You find that this guy, this ragamuffin, who just like looks like he is a victim of a hurricane constantly. His hair is just swept back and just kind of perpetually moist as if he's just constantly perspirating. He's grody, he's greasy. He's just like wearing a blanket tightly around his arms, and he like answers the door. And he points out, "You're not H."
No idea who that is. I was just looking for the Mezzas.
Why?
I just wanted to talk to them about business.
He stares at you for a long second, Fen. Kinda pathetically. You've never seen a person so morbidly distraught as he slowly closes the door.
Well, okay then.
After around 30 seconds or so, a woman in her mid-20s will early 20s will show up. I believe she has silverish hair, dresses mostly in fancy whites and purples now, and greets you and says, "Who are you?"
Oh, I'm Fen.
Oh.
I'm the new guy in the failure team.
Oh, you're Sever's bard friend.
Huh?
I don't know. He tells me things. She offers
I'll
to
do a
shake your
partnership.
hand, introduces herself as Just Meza.
I'll shake her hand back. Fen.
No last name?
Not really. My parents kept their name away from mine. They hid me mostly.
That
I'm from
sounds-
Ugarest, and I point at my
Oh.
ears.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. That's why I want to overthrow it.
Oh. Well, you're on the wrong team. That's what the Discovery team is doing.
Shit. Yeah, that's fine. It can happen in further time. I can work around that.
Well, they're trying not to fail, so...
He says in a meta way, I don't have Thursdays free.
She nods understandingly, breaking the meta as well. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that, but that is on the docket. Maybe you could help in a roundabout way? Do you have any information, or...
Oh, I was a spy within the city for years. My parents were financial planners for one of the largest
One of the
shipping
moguls?
companies.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I know everything about how their money flows.
How did you
and where
get
it
put
goes.
here? Who? We should have said... She just grabs you by your neck and she takes you to Tyrant. You will get to watch a weird, like, argument unfold, and then, you know, the Tyrant will just say, he doesn't have Thursdays free. You don't understand. And Mess is just like, but strategically, he would be an invaluable asset. He's from the city. He has ins. You're sending a bunch of idiots blind into hell with a fucking warlord as their only contact, and we have this guy, a trained spy? And the Tyrant just nods, understandingly. Like, yeah, I know, it's super unfortunate. Yeah.
I'm sorry, it just...
Mess is fucking erupts.
I work on Thursdays.
You can have him. She just walks away.
Alright, well, wait, Meza, don't go.
The Tyrant holds you there for a moment, patting you reassuredly, understanding. Soon I won't have Thursdays free either, he tells you.
Huh, what?
What? We end the scene there. What else did you want to do?
I don't even fucking know anymore. There's no Smugglers Guild in Tolst, right?
Oh, yeah.
There is? I'm gonna go there.
You're a spy? You can figure it out. That's a subsect of criminal, right?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah, you know all about the Smugglers Guild. These sexy men who show up where they're not supposed to be with contraband, break all the rules, pass out drugs to children, get people addicted to gambling. You know these scum. They were everywhere in Ugarest. But here, there's only one department. You go to the sleazy, run-down bar, go straight into the speakeasy double door. You are let down in to an underground casino, which is popping. You wouldn't know it, but months ago, this shit was just a regular shithole dive. But now, the money's coming in. There's so many people here in Tolst. Everybody wants something that they can't get their hands on. And now everyone's got that sick Tolst bucks to spend.
Beautiful. I go up to the most important looking person around.
Yeah,
gambling?
for sure. Who's gambling?
Yeah.
So not
I
one
want to
of
see
the
the person
established
with the
people.
highest amount of money in their pocket.
Yeah, give me an insight roll.
It's gonna be Igor. You watch.
You know, it's not like people are incognito here. You can definitely tell people who have money. They're pretty eager to flaunt it to make more. But you're like, I can't tell who exactly is the customer / patron? Matron? Visitor? Who's come here to make all sorts of geld. But you do get clocked quite quickly by one of the, not so security people, but one of the, staffers who show up and ask you, Mr. Fenn, welcome. The table has been prepared for you.
Oh, beautiful. As expected.
Yeah. They take you to a back room, also known as an interrogation room, where Brun Seafoy well, one of the Brun Seafoys around the world, will walk in quite haughtily and greet you.
Hello.
Hi.
You know who I am.
We do.
I know what you are.
Yes.
What's up?
What do you want?
So, I'm from Ugarest, and I want
To go
to
back.
basically overthrow them.
Oh. Why?
No, I don't need to go back yet. Well, they don't like my kind. I point at the ears.
Oh, they like your kind. They just don't want to admit it.
Well, that's the thing. I want to make it a place that's open for everyone. And I also want to make it more monetarily. I want it to make a lot more money. And I want to instill that the Smugglers Guild becomes a proper legitimate business there.
Well, we don't want that, so fuck off. Our whole shtick is that we are a extra legal thing. If we had to be paper pushing, if we had to pay taxes, it'd just be a shitty dog burglars chain.
Oh no, I just said legitimate and legal. I didn't say you'd pay taxes or anything.
That is what legitimate and legal means. Are you a lawyer by chance?
Hell no.
A civil rights activist?
A little bit.
What have you done?
What have I done?
Yeah, what have you done to make yourself a civil rights activist?
I just rattle off the whole story about the fucking people that I found, all the other demi-humans that were like hiding around. Like constantly taking ledgers, fudging the numbers, stealing money, moving it around where it shouldn't be.
They start laughing. Oh fuck, John's forgetting this name.
Seafoy Brun?
No, not Seafoy Brun. The actual job you're describing. You're not a fence. Washer?
Money launderer?
Money launderer, thank you. You're describing laundering to a criminal. Just starts laughing. Well, we're not hiring currently here. We have a pretty good in with the local head honcho. And nor can we really ship you off to Ugaret. I mean, we could. It'd cost you some money, but if you want to go back with, like, fake ears, he says we can, like, do something about your ears, facial
Yeah, I already have a
reconstruction.
way of doing that, and I just wave my hand and do spells.
Oh, well. I don't know what you want from us exactly, Mr. Fenn.
I don't know, I was thinking of getting a job, working with you guys or something like that.
Want a
Figuring
job?
something out.
Well, we're not hiring at this location, but where are you wanting to work?
I'm in the task force.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have to go now. And he goes to open the door.
Shit.
Hi, I'm a government agent. I work for the CIA, FBI, DEA, ATF, and the United States military. Like, that's what you've just said to him.
Yeah. I didn't see it going anywhere, so I'm just like, fuck it.
Oof. Well, get out.
Yeah.
Tell Tyrant I said hello.
I go to the tyrant, I don't know what the fuck to do anymore, man.
Just fucking phase through all the walls, no clip through the world, and get to the
My
Tyrant.
ideas have all been shot down, either by the voice of God or by the people here.
The Tyrant nods understandingly and says, I'm sorry you don't have your Thursdays free.
Me too.
One day, you'll go to Ugarest. And if they fail, we'll be relying on you.
I hope so.
Just don't die like the
Okay,
fucking
I mean,
horse
what-
did, for the love of all that is good.
Oh, I think I'm a little more coordinated than a horse.
I hope so. I still miss him.
I hear he was your brother?
No.
Homunculus brother bond type something? What was going on there?
We were fellow homunculi.
Ozark was gonna be his dad or something.
Yeah, that would have made us stepbrothers in a way. Ozark's not my dad, but still, he basically raised me alone.
Yeah, I hear
Oh,
Ozark
that's a lie too.
bought the horse.
Never mind. Do you want to go meet his mom? He says.
Yeah, I hear she's hot.
She's so fucking hot. He shows you to Paradigm's mother, who will probably slap the shit out of Tyron for not telling her son was dead immediately when it happened.
What?
Because he kind of forgot and was busy.
Oh,
We asked him last week.
Yeah, we-
from the
we
family.
said-
Like, we specifically asked him,
Jeez.
did you tell his family? He's like, yes, we did.
Straight up lied.
Mine
Yeah, he
said-
lied to you.
Oh, that bastard.
so hi, Dr. Mom.
Alright, we're done here.
I don't know.
Roll me a charisma check. Try to seduce. You deserve it. Get to seduce your own mom. Oh, Pitidus!
This is going weird here.
Alright. Well, we're gonna end on that one. Take a quick break, and when we come back, we will hit up Terry, who I have plans for, Thatch, who I have no plans for, and then maybe another character. Maybe. Just maybe. We'll see you guys here in a bit.
I'd just like to watch.
Hello, everyone. We're back. It looks like Terry's eating, so we're gonna jump to him. Or do you want to go, Thatch?
I'm good.
Oh.
Mango.
Well, Terry, you have a special winter ahead of you, don't you?
You tell me.
Well, you're going southbound, right? To learn how to make cars?
Well, assuming I can get some of that money that's been locked away by the tyrant.
How much money do you need?
50 gold a month, so
Like 100 gold?
yeah.
Yeah, that's chump change, bro. They got you.
We can pay you.
Yeah, well, I'm broke. And the
Yeah.
tyrant is
You
doing
make more
his
than
thing.
that in Tulse bucks.
You're
we-
paid. You're
we-
definitely paid in Tulse bucks.
Well, sure, but these got... Do
I
people
can-
in True Milk care about Tulse
We-
bucks?
No.
You
We
can
never-
make them care.
Oh,
We brought
well, good
1,500
question.
gold, and I don't. No one asked me for gold, so I just still got 1,500. You want 100 gold right now? You want 150 so you can go on like little fun trips
Break
for the
'em off.
weekend?
Break 'em
maybe
off.
100,
What's your
150.
price?
Yeah, my vampire sugar daddy, nice.
Oh.
Nice. Very nice.
Go down to 1350. Add 150 to your sheet. Sorry.
Nice. Well, immediately subtract 100. Terry, you head southbound to a beautiful locale named True Milk. True Milk is a great, lovable place, and John will actually show you the map, because I don't think we're actually going to come back here.
That's what you think.
It even
Yeah,
has...
no kidding.
Yeah, right. It
What a
even has
beautiful
names. It's a little hamlet, yeah. These cliffs are more or less just dyed red. They're called the Red Cliffs of Despair. It's where cows go to die. But it happens.
You didn't show us this map when we were here?
Nope.
What's going on, man?
I wanted to hide things from you. It had things written down. You'd be like, ooh, let's go to the barn. Let's go to the Nolan Group headquarters. But we don't care about that. We want to go here to the Oslo compound. There we go. Where you will be apprenticed to.
Apparently some guy named Axe?
Yeah. Axe Oslo, the angriest man in town. Well, second angriest man. Third angriest man in town will be teaching you how to make... well, not make, but you'll basically be his, like, apprentice for 2 months or so. Where you'll pick up some tips of the trade. I'm going to give you advantage on this roll, but it's going to be, I believe, wisdom or intelligence to learn how to deal with automobiles. You are proficient with land vehicles, so add your proficiency bonus, and let's get to it.
Thank God you're giving me the option of intelligence.
22.
22.
You told me you had advantage on it. Did you not?
I thought I said proficiency bonus. Did I say advantage?
You said advantage
You said
first, and
advantage.
then you said proficiency bonus later. I don't
You're
know.
being helped all throughout this. It makes sense. Even though John says some things, guys.
Here's a ghost moment.
I am a liar. You will... You're like, yes. Living here in True Milk, which does not need a lot of money to live in, like 50 gold spending money will take you like a year to burn here. Everything is dirt cheap. There are really high caloric foods, so people with smaller stomachs don't need to eat as much, and there's just a lot of fat people here who just eat nothing but cow products. Milk. Everyone's wearing some kind of like leather or hide.
I'm curious about what. There's one thing I'm curious about. Is where they get their alcohol from. If they're like pure, only, meat product place. Do they somehow curdle or ferment meat products to get their alcohol?
No, they come
No.
from that well.
They live 100 miles away from Alcazan, the breadbasket of the world. They get rum, and then they make a shit ton of White Russians. Does that solve your question?
Yeah.
Totally
Okay.
plausible.
Indeed.
But,
No.
but they couldn't import orange juice, damn it.
Yeah, it's too expensive. You have to get that shit from the fucking Isles of Flavor, and apparently, like, you'll find out during the winter, but during, I believe it is it November or October? Yeah, during November, Alcazan ignores Confederation trade laws and makes copied agricultural goods that the Isles of Flavor had monopoly over. So now they're making all the cash crops and selling it on the cheap, ruining the market of the Isles of Flavor.
So we can get orange juice now.
It's a process, but in the future, orange juice will be quite cheap. Cheaper than it is in America, probably. Which is saying something. Because it's really expensive here for some reason. Anyway.
Sunny D is cheap. Orange juice is expensive.
Yeah.
Stuff's like melted plastic or something like this.
Yeah, Sunny D is not made with oranges.
That's what I'm saying. Because it's real.
It's not real.
Send
Terry,
me some smudge, please.
You're not in Alcazan, though. You're in some weird border area between them and Tolst. So you eat your meat. All of your... Oh, God. It must suck to live here, honestly. Just eating nothing but steak for dinner, sausage for breakfast, some sort of a hamburger for lunch. There's no real vegetables that are grown from, like, home farms because the temperature, even during winter, goes from, like, super hot, like 90 degrees, all the way to sub-zero. Like, it is a flowing mixture of seasons every day of the week. No one is sure when it'll be spring, when it'll be winter. It never snows here, but it gets just as cold. It's just awful. There's no consistency. How do you enjoy it?
I think, after a week or two, probably eating meat nonstop gets a little bit boring,
Shadow shakes his head.
I think, like, he doesn't really... How does the weather compare to what it would have been in the City of Blinding Lights? Like, what's
awful.
the weather like in the City of Blinding Lights, I guess?
City of Blinding Lights is like a... I suppose it's more temperate than non. It's more or less based off of the Italian city-states. Just instead of oceans surrounding them, it's Great Lakes. So it gets cold during the winter, gets hot during the summer.
All right, so the range of temperatures here isn't too ridiculous compared to what I've...
No, it just switches every single day, which is rather annoying.
So I have to, like, check to see whether I need a coat or shorts to, day to day.
It seems like as soon as midnight strikes, it is going to be a different season the following day.
But I think that's probably a rhythm that you can get into. You can get used to waking up, checking the temperature, figuring out what you need to wear for the day. Right?
Yeah,
it's not unreasonable thing to get used to. It's like living in the Midwest.
True.
It is the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Midwest. Just described perfectly. Cows everywhere. The only thing that grows is grass and one type of tree that doesn't need much rainfall. And you don't know what you're going to wear, but you know what you're going to eat, and it's meat products.
Sounds like Cleveland.
Welcome to Cleveland. You are here, Terry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Terry is all that bothered about it. He's lived in the City of Blinding Lights. He's lived kind of a sheltered life, and he's interested in getting out and getting some different experiences, experiencing, more than that, instead of being cloistered up and doing a lot of learning, right?
Mm. Kind of. I mean, you work inside of an indoor garage, so it's a little like that.
Yeah,
And-
it's more like like it's not like reading books though. It's practical learning.
Mm-hmm. When all is said and done, when you figure out enough to get you through, like, starting your own thing or finishing up back in Tolst with Schmitty, another vehicle man, do you form any connections? Do you care about this place?
I think he wants to. I don't know. Like, Terry is fundamentally right. Like I said, he's a sheltered kid that grew up
Swinging
getting
a sword around.
taught all these things, being like these people out here have a very different culture than him. I'm not sure if they would take to him, but I think he would like them and wants to learn to be more like them.
It's definitely a novel experience living here amongst these very boring people. They go voting and they do their hobby and they shoot the shit, and it's nice country living. Wow, come on, roll the dice. But you are kind of kept at arm's length. It's not so much that they view you as an outsider after 2 months, but they just know you're not gonna be here forever, and you're doing this to, like, as a student more so than I'm immigrating over to True Milk and gonna start a life here. And just because of that, they don't invest 100%. They're nice. They're hospitable. It's like the reverse of Nevlator's arsenal for Antwal, where nobody cares. Like, they care. They just... It's a shame you gotta go. Don't forget to vote.
Always. They vote every day? Is that right?
Every day on something.
Yeah, I'm going to vote every day.
Yeah. Your final vote that you make is if they should have a going away party for you.
Always vote no.
Always vote no.
No, just on that one. Vote yes on nearly every other issue.
Everyone also votes no. The person who put it up to be voted, it remains hidden in ignomality. Somebody might have cared, or at least, gave the option of people to care.
It hurts less if you don't make a big thing of it.
True. Either way, you flee from this shithole quite quickly. Nothing is here for you. Here we go. Let's go back to Tolst. And in Tolst is where some things will happen. You are unwinding, getting ready, getting back into the groove of being in Tolst. Oh, you already have your first day signed out, where you're going to go hang out with Schmitty and see what the difference is between his style of machinery and then the old rustic rural ways, the ancient ways of the Ostlo. And during one of these days, during December, also known as Winter's Waiting, we have 3 days to choose from. Let us roll that beautiful d6. Just so that I can get an actual date down. It is going to be the 8th of December. Terry, you have a vision. Like, an honest to God, you're walking through the hallways, you blink your eyes, and you're no longer in the court. And as you look around, you're in some winter city that seems a little like the city of Blinding Lights, but not nearly as many canals or the smell of water. And you're like, huh? and then you just sort of are being drug, not like physically, but like almost like Gmod teleporting, getting closer and closer. It's a very disorienting feeling. What's going through Terry's mind as his consciousness is being stolen from him?
I think his first instinct would be to resist whatever is pulling him.
Yeah, give me a charisma saving throw.
Sure. I'm pretty good at those.
What?
Nice. Good lord.
You immediately stop being pulled. You are in control. You breathe in, you breathe out. The vision hasn't ended, but you know you can end it if you want to.
I think I'd just take a moment to, compose myself, look around, get a little bit more of a look at this city of, you said it's in winter. Is it snowing?
Not currently, no. The sun is out right now. This is not the Arctic conditions of Tolst.
Can I still feel, can I feel anything about the drag, like which way it would be taking me?
Would it matter if you had a cardinal direction?
I mean, if I continue to have a cardinal direction as I walk towards it.
South by southwest?
Well, I just more mean I just need the yes or no. You don't have to tell me the direction, right? So I can feel the direction it's pulling me.
It's like a beckoning finger.
Of my own volition, I will head that way.
All right, you start just doing it yourself now. It's like walking, but without any legs. So like every time you feel like you're stumbling forward, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna hit a wall. You just phase through the wall completely. It's all fuzzy on the inside, and you keep going out and through more property.
God, willing yourself through a wall, that's got to be an interesting one.
Yeah, it's terrifying, not even knowing where you're going. You head on following the pull, the tug, the call, until at last you are in a culvert, a divot within the ground, like a low hill or crater. Down here, there is a fortification, I suppose. It's like a old tower or fortress that has since fallen to time or ruin. This place has seen battle, you quickly tell. Like here, where the vision is strongest, where things are more crystal clear. Roofs are destroyed, have holes punched out in them. Debris is on the ground. But more interesting enough, you see an angelic figure directly above you, like 30 feet in the air. Just sort of hovering above this fortification to an ensemble cast of people on this fort's walls, undoubtedly inside. There's like 8 burning wings sprouting from their back.
That's a lot of wings.
They're charred, as if they've been staring into the sun.
If I will myself to fly, can I fly?
Yeah. And then you start falling. It's kind of like lagging out in a way. And at one point, you will hear the voice call out, "All right, children, everyone gather around. I don't want to repeat myself. I've got limited range. Oh, no, not you. You go back down." And she literally grabs onto your shoulders and starts pushing you down. Very good. I see you're a quick learner. Come on. Terry, you're being held by the warmest hands you've ever felt on your body.
But not painfully warm?
No.
Interesting. I guess I will... I'm not going to resist. I'll let myself get pushed back down.
You're pushed down and stare directly into this creature's face. Human-esque in nature, eyes a fiery orange and yellow light, sort of shifting like a low burning flame in a way. Literally parts of her eyes just fire spectacle coming out of her skin. As if there is like 2 eternal suns or stars within her skull. And she talks to you specifically, like, "Oh my, what a beautiful soul you have. Please go join the others." Giving you like a compliment, but also kind of being like forceful.
All right, I guess I will go join the others on the wall. You said they were?
Yeah, there are some like figures standing there, like actual embodied people. Other like angelic beings, but some only have 2 wings, others have 4 wings. Each one has some sort of like arm or armament. They are just the regular dudes below them, wearing like chainmail with like these weird circles on their head that have like lines carved out. And then you feel like this weird spectral forces of other people who have been summoned as well. Or at least their consciousness.
I think my instinct would be to go and hang out with the regular folks, the ones wearing chainmail.
Yeah, that's fine. You are not reacted to. Although you feel your hands when you lift them up to your face where you think your eyes are, they're not there. It's very strange. You're having a truly disembodied moment. You feel like you're there. You're seeing everything like you normally do. But your body isn't there. So when you go to hang out with these guys, you can even interact with them a little bit. You like push one in like the cheek. And you're like, "Hey, stop it." And he like looks to a guy next to him and he's just like, "Quit touching me." And the dude's like, "I'm not touching you, man." It's like, "Yes, you are." And they just like stare at each other for a very long time of if fisticuffs are about to be thrown in front of a god. But it's fine. They chill out. Cooler heads prevail. And after a moment, the angel, Tarquina, the herald, will call out to everyone, greeting them as if this was an AA meeting. Just being like, "Hello, everybody! Thank you all so much for attending. I know it's winter, I know it's cold out, but thank you so much. We have braziers, fueled by the souls of the corrupt, warming our hearths and homes. It's great. I'm never more happy to be here. We have plans we need to discuss, but first, I need to know if you're all willing to commit. We've had some people turn on us. One soul decided to prematurely erupt and take several ardent crusaders with him to hell, or to whatever his afterlife is, I suppose. So I'm hoping everyone here is ready to commit to the cause. And there's like a spattering of cheers. Like some guy's really into it and is just slapping his like sword on his shield, like, "Yeah, kill me!" She's like, "Oh, thanks, George. You're great." Seeming to know this guy by name. Is there anyone who wants to share their dissent now before I have to soul search you? I really don't want to do that, so if you could voluntarily just raise your hand or dismiss yourselves. I know some of you are traitors.
I think Terry would raise his hand real quick. I'm new here. What's the cause?
Oh, you didn't hear the call before? No?
No?
Oh, okay. Shit. She just mutters telepathically into everyone's mind. Alright, so for those of you who are new here, I'm gonna quickly run down some things. The Tyrant of Tulsa, that's that creature's name, has threatened the world's stability and is planning to destroy it, so we're gonna go ahead and stop him. And then we're gonna probably have to go on like a 2 to 50 year crusade to put all the foul ones back into their hole where they belong. Because they're out everywhere. I don't know why we trusted them to be our vanguard, to be perfectly honest, but the gods work in mysterious ways, I suppose. Are you here to do that?
I don't know why I'm here.
One guy just shouts, "I'm not, can I go?" And she's like, "Of course," and snaps her fingers. And you all just sort of like feel a eruption of force. Especially you, Vespector, in this situation. Anybody else who wants to go is free to leave. We're all about choice here. Terry, just stay silent.
I'm trying to figure out what Terry would do.
Who's the guy next to you?
That sounds right. I guess I'll speak up again. Just say, yeah, I don't know why I'm here.
I thought we answered that. We're doing a call to all the people connected to our god, whether they know it or not, to defeat the world's greatest threat. Are you not? Like, connected to the holy light? The burning path? The blazing star?
I guess I probably am. Can I go home now?
Yeah, of course. And she snaps her fingers, and your consciousness explodes. Terry no, okay. God, that would be so awesome. Terry, you do wake up in a sacred holy fireball, I suppose, in the middle of the hallway where, like, someone had come to extinguish you with an extinguisher, like a fire extinguisher. So that's not fun. But it's fine. But it's fine, right? You're fine.
Man. Oh, all this paladin stuff's getting really annoying. First I get thrown through a wall, now I explode into a fireball.
And what am I, chopped liver? He throws more of that white foam on you as we kind of end the scene. Undoubtedly, you will be telling, hopefully your team, maybe your boss, that you just had this vision. But we have to go ahead and jump to Thatch. Saving the best for last.
Aw, that's sweet.
Alright, hit me up, Chief.
As in, what do I want to do during winter?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the farce with you. You don't need the lovely coverage. Look, it's a beautiful day outside. The snow is full blizzard. You're trapped inside. What you got for us?
At first, I would like to have a conversation with the Greater Chemical.
Okay.
I just wanted to do that for weeks.
Well, the Greater Chemical is now in business, and he is much, much more approachable now that his suburban home is fully constructed beneath the mountain. It's got shitty white plaster walls like the ones directly behind me. It has windows that just show rock, lovely drapes, flowery, tacky, but flowery. It is the aesthetic of mid-90s home. His bullshit, the angered tone, his annoyed tone when people were interrupting him is gone. Additionally, he is peak physical form. At least his strength, dexterity, and constitution are 20, quite clearly. After a minute, you do not detect he has any fighter levels, and I guess he's stronger than you, if you care to do that.
Fair.
And he greets you. and says, "Ah, yes, Thatch. I was told you wanted my first meeting."
Yes, I hear great and amazing things about what you can do and what things you're producing here for the task force.
Oh, you flatter me, and all the flattery is true.
I think Thatch will have a nice like wooden box with him that he just kind of sets down for a minute. And what's in it will depend on how much money we've actually had yeeted away from us. And then he will start the conversation by pulling a potion out. First thing is first.
Oh,
I hear that you are the greater chemical.
haha,
Greater
yes,
potion.
greater, not greatest. One day.
Yes, I've heard this. Well, we all strive to better ourselves at all points.
As lesser chemicals should do.
I have this potion. We have obtained it in a vampire hold, and he will
Ooh.
hand to the greater chemical the potion of gaseous form and say,
Smoky.
if you are able to replicate this, then we would donate this to you.
He already takes it. It's his now.
Mhm.
John
Wonderful.
will make note of that. You said... What's it called? The...
Potion of gaseous form.
Thank you. Okay. It is written.
And then I will ask him to see his menu.
Ah,
No need
yes.
for you to go over it for me unless you really want to for the audience.
There are some potions there which increase physical, mental, and magical stuff. He can create nice foods. He has more or less taken over the nutritionist position in Vitol's kitchen, or specifically the cafeteria where H works, which is quite annoying to most of the chefs there, who worked for like a year before having this schmuck suddenly pull rank on them, telling them what meals they could serve. It's rather annoying, but, you know, they'll put up with it. As well as his bodily surgery.
Well, I'm more interested in the potions that he has, and I would like to ask a few questions. One, I see you can create potions of resistance.
Yes, of immediate resistance.
What elements can you resist?
Oh, you know, the big stuff. Fire, lightning. More than that. John's blanking. Basically everything that isn't necrotic, acid, and radiant.
That was where I was going to ask. Which is unfortunate.
I agree. Psychic is notoriously not elemental. So basically cold, fire, lightning, thunder. Force, if you get hit by a wall of earth or something similar.
Wonderful. Well, I see many amazing things here, and I would love to place an order for the task force, both for us and to have potions delivered to the armory.
Oh,
for
wow.
the other task force.
Are you suddenly a bankroller? Are you a shot caller, Mr. Thatch?
Well, possibly.
I see.
We do what we can with what we have. And I will pop open the ornate wooden box, and here's where you tell me whether or not you have actually stolen all of our money, and do we have any way to actually pay the greater chemical.
I'm not stealing your money. I'm making you not use it. There's a difference.
Right. Are we able to order stuff for the greater chemical? Or
if you clear it by Tyrant, I don't see why he would hold on to it against your will. Yeah, you can do it. What do you want to order? John has to pull up his fucking BMG somewhere.
Well, do you have prices? Because we have like 16,000 gold worth of platinum.
Hang on. It's depending on their rarity here.
I'm sorry, I heard two people. What'd you say, John?
It's depending on their rarity. How loud is the music right now? Jesus, it's pretty loud.
Moderately loud.
Let's go ahead and turn that down. I'm sorry. Okay. We have up for grabs a filter of love. Is that what you're looking for?
No, I'm far more interested in the potions of fire giant strength.
Ah. Fire giant strength is rare. That is going to be quite expensive. The minimum he can make is 1 for 5,000 gold.
The minimum he can make, as
Like-
in he can make multiple, but
Like the cheapest he can go. No bartering. This is like pure cost of
Okay.
like doing business. He's not seeking a profit here.
wonder 5,000 gold for rare. What about uncommon or common?
Depends on the scale of which, how uncommon that uncommon item actually is. Because, like, mummy rot antidote is going to be extremely more expensive than, like, a potion of healing, right?
Sure. Well, what about the potions of clairvoyance and the potions of superior healing?
Superior healing. Superior healing is rare as well. That one would be like half the price of a normal rare one, just because the healing components are a little bit easier to find. What was the other one?
Potion of clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance is one of those spell ones. That one I'm gonna have to find. No, it's not in Legendary. It's not in Mind Control. It's not common. Where the fuck is it?
There's actually a potion of clairvoyance in the DMG.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm having to look all my shit up online because I don't have my book. It's buried somewhere. Potion of Clairvoyance is also rare. And it's probably going to be one of the bigger ones just due to the fact that you can do more with it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the downsides of wanting rare shit is the cost.
Very true. What about potions of climbing?
That one should be easier. We're gonna hope. Go, find me. Search for anything in... Right. That is common. Oh, that one's super easy to get, man. That's only gonna run you like 500 gold.
Interesting. Last but not least, the potion of mental acuity.
Oh, I believe that's the custom one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Alden, how much does Adderall go for?
Adderall?
Yeah.
It depends.
On the street?
When
On
I
the
was a
street.
kid, I was taking 250 milligram pills 3 times a day. Apparently, that shit sold for like $200 a pop. Normal is like 25 milligrams, $15 a pill.
I see.
I'm in the military. I don't know this from experience.
Mm-hmm. They don't give you Adderall for free?
Oh no! If I tell them I have ADHD, they'll kick me out.
At this point, isn't that what you want?
They're not gonna kick you out this far into the game.
True. It's been a year now. We can't kick you out all.
2 years. I'm about to hit
Nice.
what's it called? I don't remember. I get more money after 2 years.
We're gonna say it is once again 500 gold. It gives you advantage on concentration checks for a minute. an hour or something like that. It's
Does it
basically
also
just
sound like
Adderall.
you like Adderall?
It's magical Adderall, yeah.
That sounds disgusting.
It is. He does not recommend you buy it. Specifically for you, Thatch. Like, Thatch, it won't affect you in the way you want it to. I know your memory's going since you're a little older now. But, like, eating right, running, doing math problems really help with memorying, short and long. If you start doing those 3 things, I promise you, you won't need chemicals.
I wouldn't buy that one for me. No worries. Only
Oh,
for
okay.
our more intelligent and arcane friends. All right, so I'll put in an order for Potion of Fire Giant Strength.
Oh,
You want me to
okay.
write these? You want me to type these in chat?
Yeah, if people stop fucking spamming it. Alrighty, 5,000 gold for that one.
One of Superior Healing.
Alright, that's going to be 2,500.
I want to buy 8 Potions of Climbing.
What's 5 times 8? That's 45?
40.
40.
500 times 8 is 4,000 total.
Yep.
And I would buy 5 Potions of Mental Acuity.
Okay. That's 2,500. Alright. It's gonna take me a while to get all these done. I'm not a... I'm working alone here, man. But, I'll get to it. You're not doing anything until, like, January, right? It's plenty of time.
Yep. That was my idea. Put in the order before the winter.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and I will then hand him the wooden box that is symmetrical, square in every way, and inside are neatly, perfectly stacked platinum coins.
Oh.
Because I know that he respects perfection.
He does, and he makes fun of your boxer still being a rectangular prison.
Mm.
It's hard to tell, but right here, this edge, 2.5 centimeters too wide, it's actually somewhat crooked. How dare you? And he just throws it on the ground, shatters, and the coins go flying, and promises he'll count them later.
Fair enough. Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome. Are you sure you don't want surgery? I can make those legs stop cracking like thunder.
Nah, I use it to announce my presence. I kind of like it, actually.
Well, if you keep cracking them, you'll start getting arthritis. That can
Oh,
kill in
already
this
there.
era. Oh.
These are.
Arthritis kills now, and I'm only 24.
Right, and I will ask him to deliver 5 of the climbing potions and 3 of the mental acuities to the armory.
Okay.
As well as the superior healing, because we already have one.
Okay. 5 potions of climbing.
Mhm.
How many of acuity?
3. And then the superior healing to the armory. We will take the fire giant, 3 climbing, and 2 acuity.
Okay. Save changes. Boom. We got it. Sounds good.
Right, and then at that point, I would start gathering my stuff up because decided I want to journey south to go visit South Jewel.
Oh.
So I would
Okay.
So I would probably take all of my armor and weapons and deposit them in the armory so that I'm not taking them out of the city with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, they belong to Tolst.
They do.
And then I would, hopefully, if I could, speak to the tyrant before I leave.
Yeah.
He come find me to sign my contract, or do I need to go find him?
Well, if you tell him you're planning to leave Tulst until, like, the start of January, then yeah. He'll come seek you out real quick. He's got his fancy gold ring on. He's got his bodyguard orbiting around him. You understand this man's MO by now. It's been a year.
I do.
He throws the contract towards you, says, "You're no longer a hostage, Thatch. Congratulations."
Oh, thank you. Your Majesty? Is that what
No.
we're referring to now?
I am the king of Eulethans, not the king of Tolst. Or Thorazor. I don't... You hold no allegiance towards me.
That's all right. I've come to like the work that we're doing here.
Oh,
I want to thank you for putting us on the path to possibly protect Thorazor here once the winter's over.
you're very welcome.
Be nice for us to have a clear mission to achieve.
He nods.
And as I'm signing the contract, I'll be like, can you please tell me a little bit more about Norm Thulon and our goals in Thorazor?
He just starts laughing as you bring up Norm Thulon. Oh, that son of a bitch.
Every time his name is brought up, everybody starts laughing and giggling. And
it's
you're
funny.
putting him in charge of the Tulsa forces where we're going to go fight and die.
Yeah.
I wonder why you giggle.
Me and him hate each other. Me and Tristan hate each other too. But those two men are the ones I trust the most. I laugh at him because, man, he is pathetic. He is incompetent as a fighter. He lucked out through the hunter exam. He just got carried by his team. He did not belong here, but he lasted 3 years. Went from being a schmuck, like a true non-leveled man, and within 3 years, has reached his martial potential as a human. He's a regular guy. It's comical, in a way, that he's standing here with us, and every hunter can't help but laugh whenever we see him.
Be interesting to meet him and to see what he has planned.
Oh, yeah. Just Mez is going to be pulling the strings on most of the operation. But for Thorazor, they wanted our worst commander so that they can have our people and they get all the, credit. So, Thorm, although
Right.
martially incompetent, he cares. He's a kind person. And it's genuine, which is probably more important in running a military than just being a good sword swinger.
Good to know. The reason I came to see you is because I go seeking a little bit of peace. It's been a tumultuous year. As you know, we're now
for
labeling
sure.
us as the failure team.
Yep.
And I go seeking a little bit of peace. The most peaceful place I've seen in the past year has been his ranch.
Who? Whose ranch?
Sats.
Oh. Why do you want to fucking talk to Saf?
Why do you say that?
He is a callous individual.
Well, then I guess my reasons are my own then, if you feel that he's callous.
I mean, yeah, he is.
Fair. I'm a little bit troubled by his state of being, though. He's a man of power, but he's lonely.
Aren't we all?
He only has the past memories of his family to keep him company. Here, those memories are more filled with despair and longing than anything else.
Yeah, but he's not the only one, right? Also, his
Sure.
daughter's with him during winter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
You
know
look
that's such
over
a
his
weird-
shoulder and see his daughter behind him. Behind the tyrant.
Citron will be there during the winter?
No, his older sister. No, older daughter. Eldest? Eldest, there we go. I don't have siblings, I'm sorry.
Never caught her name.
Appetite.
Appetite.
Like the gemstone. Get
Oh,
it?
that's
They're
good news.
jewels.
Yes. I get
Yeah.
that.
It was so funny. Right? He
Yes.
just sort of stares off to the side. Alright, well, Good luck.
Thank you. I had but one more question. And then
Okay.
I'm going to gather my things and go. This situation with Tristan and Sath and Citra.
Mhm. What a wicked web they've woven.
Yes. But this connection the two of you have, you and Citra. I know you've been hesitant to speak of it,
Mm.
but it worries me. In the span of a few days, Tristan kidnapped her. Sath ran to rescue her after doing nothing and pretty much being with anyone for a long time. Family will do that, of course. But it also almost gave our enemies a shrine of unholy power and incapacitated you. I know you have this connection to Citron, and she may be a light and a boon to you, but I believe she's your greatest weakness. Our enemies are not fools, and they're eventually going to figure this out, if they haven't already.
Maybe. Are you planning on telling them?
Of course not.
Well, then maybe keep that one to yourself.
Of course I'll keep that to myself. But what are you doing? I guess I'm saying this to...
Why are you saying this?
Because I look into her eyes when she walks past. She doesn't make eye contact with anybody. She seems dead inside. And every time that Sath goes to talk about it, it clams up. What is this connection you have with her?
Give me the best fucking persuasion roll you've ever done in your life, Thatch.
I will certainly try, sir.
Because you are asking the guy who does not want this to come out. You're asking for his trust, his love, his
I am.
honor-bound bullshit that he might not even care about. Guys, pray for the natural 20. We saw like 40 of them last night.
Can I use a Battle Master die to boost it?
Battle Master. It's charisma. Yeah.
Yeah, mechanically, you can do this.
All
My
right.
silver tongue feet.
No, I don't get that. But we'll see what we do. So 14 plus the D8, I think. 15.
Taps you on your arm.
Yeah.
Thatch, I appreciate you, but you are asking things above your pay grade.
I understand.
I can handle myself. I'm handling an entire city. Have fun with Saf and take him a gift. He won't listen to anyone he knows is on the task force. We sort of betrayed his trust by sending a fake TV crew to talk to him.
I heard about that.
Yeah. Kushim thought it would be funny.
Mm. What would you
Never
suggest
remembers.
for a gift?
I don't know if he drinks. I actually don't know much about the man. We don't really speak. We don't see eye to eye, I guess.
That's fair.
He's a rancher. Maybe a pitchfork? What do ranchers do?
They herd animals. They take care of them.
A piece of citron. Give him a gemstone. Alright, well, good luck, man. I'm gonna go give this to the people who need to file it, or our legal team. I'm not sure who deals with this.
Understood. All right, then I would make a couple of stops to come up with a couple of different gifts on my way out of town.
You
Probably stop and
do so.
buy a nice bottle of alcohol. I'd probably pick up some... Definitely pick up my wood carving tools and some carpenter's tools. Maybe I can make him something while I'm there. And I would try to stop by Synthelia's, if I could, see if she has any nice pictures of Citron. and her role as the Tyrant's bodyguard. And maybe I can bring him a nice picture to hang in his house.
She is not there during the winter either.
Hmm.
She went back home. I mean,
Is
you can
Dirk
break
Baggers
in.
there?
No, he's not. He's likely
Is any-
following her.
Visit
Yeah.
Mori.
Who's
Who's
Maury?
Maury?
Yeah, who is he?
Is there anybody there? Can I pick up something like that?
I don't know if they're nice, but you can definitely find pictures of the tyrant and get shots of where the bodyguard is kind of in frame. That would probably be edited out during like a propaganda piece. And then you could like take out that carving that's going to be happened anyway. Because like the bodyguard isn't normally photographed.
Fair enough. I'll take the picture and I will see if I can whittle a nice wood carving of her while I'm riding the monorail
Okay.
on the way down.
Fuck
By
you,
the way,
Brood.
what,
It's just passed out.
he's gone. Yeah.
Oh.
While I'm there, do I see any propaganda pieces that has the herald with chicken wings?
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I will go ride the monorail.
You ride the monorail all the way to the south. All the way to the end of the line, really. You'll have to walk several miles in at least knee-high snow, which sucks. But obviously you would not just go during a blizzard. That would be a nightmare scenario. You will eventually find his property line. He has the biggest and the only one that has like a sign that literally says Saf's Ranch on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little village not staked out. Well, there's a village at the end of a monorail where other properties are miles apart but somewhat connected to by small roads. And here on the coast where you see the endless ocean on a flat plain where these massive boulder-sized beasts truly just sort of frolic awkwardly or sit in the snow and sun, you enter his property.
I make sure that I am carrying no weapons and nothing of a threatening nature. I'll walk up to I'll look around to see if I see anybody outside. If I don't, I'll walk
Yeah,
up
he's
to his front
outside.
door.
He hates being inside.
Mm.
Ooh. So Saf is there on the porch. His daughter's probably inside somewhere, if she's even at the ranch. And he sees you coming up from a mile away, so...
I'll just slowly walk towards him and then say, "Greetings. I don't know if you remember me, but I journeyed after you and then worked with you to the north.
I remember you, Thatch.
The one time that I was able to ride the Huron bulls to be here brought me peace, a sense of understanding, and I don't want to spend the winter in Tulst. I
Why?
wonder if you... Because I am a little bit tired of the city and war. And I have nothing but that coming up. I need some respite. I would wonder if you would take me in for the winter. Teach me how to ranch. I can work around here. You can have my labor and my service. Fix things up around the ranch. And I brought a few things for you. I'll hand him the nice bottle of alcohol, and then I will hand him a wood carving of Citron standing stoically like she always does with the tyrant.
He immediately just shatters it in his hands. His face is a mask of stone. He does not seem angered when he just slowly takes it and just wraps his fingers around it until it becomes just fragments that fall onto his deck. But
I
he
will
takes
say
the
nothing.
bottle.
And wait for his response.
He does the same with the bottle. It's just how he does things. It's like, sorry, my grip strength is just too strong.
Yeah, sure, fuck it.
Thank you.
I don't know if you like shoveling snow, but that's 90% of the work right now.
It's all right. Keeps my hands busy.
Well, let's get to it then.
Hmm.
He stands up. And as you follow him, you'll spend at least a month in back-breaking labor of hauling enough hay to feed and fodder these massive animals. Each one of them basically eats a wheel of hay every single day. Hundreds of pounds each. Or not hundreds of pounds, but over 100 pounds easily. They don't really have a barn. They're too big, but there is like this weird, I don't want to call it a pavilion or a circus tent, but that's basically what it is, where he drags animals in, or leads them in to like shod them, so he doesn't have to do that out in the sun or out in the open. And you will learn how to ranch these massive beasts. There's one downside. You need like supernatural strength to truly muscle them down, and when they are in heat, not even Saf will go near them. They are not worth dying over. And strangely enough, he does not like butcher them, really.
So I'm there and I'm learning this. What purpose do they serve on his ranch? If he doesn't butcher them.
They are an endangered animal. These are the not last ones, but all others are used as livestock and fodder in the northern territories. Normal City used to have a lot of them. I'm not sure exactly the number, but now that Normal City's gone, no one's ranching them there. There are some wild ones out in the plains of Burlow, but not nearly enough. And spirit beasts hunt them down, because they're intelligent enough to be afraid, unlike the regular cows.
I just can get behind protecting those things that not necessarily weaker than him, but that need protection.
Saf has this philosophy that he sort of lives his life by now, which gets him through the days. That just because he is individually powerful, possibly unmatched on the continent, does not mean that he is strong by any stretch of the imagination. No person can be everywhere at once. So finding something that will help the world ultimately is kind of what he is trying to do. And currently he found a task no one else wants to do or cares to do, and is acting as like a weird zookeeper in a way for an animal that, well, anyone would want to kill and consume, because it could feed hundreds of people for several months.
Okay, I think that's how Thatch spends his winter.
Okay.
While
Well,
I'm there, I'll probably do a couple of wood carvings of different things. I brought some tools with me, but I'll keep what I carve a secret until later.
perfect. Okay, we have half an hour left before our normal time, which is gonna more or less be what I need to get through the rest of the calendar. So, JC, I have a question for you. Do you want to make a surprise showing next time and do all of your downtime then? Or do you want the other... Well, we wouldn't be able to jump to the action straight away next session. which I believe would make more narrative sense for your character to truly show up.
Next session?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay. I don't want to just make you sit here and not play, but this is like the individual roleplay episode. And I kind of want to keep your real character a secret of who you're going to play as.
Real character?
Yeah. The truest character.
It's
I
just
pulled out
JC
Coraline because that was the
himself.
only one I was able to find. Everyone.
JC is the real character.
JC is a real
Talking about.
character. Well, thank you. Guys, we have some things to go over on a meta level and a world level. God, where do I even start? Hang on. Let me go to my January thing. Guys, look how big this fucking planner is compared to this one from last year's. Holy shit.
Does JC get 30 minutes of background if we all leave and close our eyes? Promise not to watch the stream.
No.
Okay.
We'll have a flash. We'll just have a series of flashbacks. Whenever he wants to do his like background time, he'll be like, "John, I'm sorry, we're in the middle of combat, but we need to do our background right now. I didn't do this in winter, and you promised me." So whenever JC wants, he'll be able to pull that card. Okay, so
you know I'm about to swing, but remember that winter when I got my +3 frost brands?
True. Okay, so I brushed up on it quite quickly, but after November, after Vityrant is crowned king of Ulathil, or New Ulathil, or the Ulathayans, he's kind of like the king in Germany, rather than the king of Germany, for a more historically attachable thing. Vityrant of Tulst holds a news conference explaining his new role to the people of Tulst specifically, to show that, like, hey guys, I got this title, I apparently inherited it, it has nothing to do, it does not change any of my legal rights here, I'm not trying to, like, turn this into a monarchy. Which, you know, he says that some people doubt him, a lot of people are kind of like, yeah, sure, this makes sense, he's super magical, mysterious background, and now he just apparently has a bloodline to a different country entire. Everyone's kind of confused, but many people are like, well, if it's not going to change anything, it's no big deal. His detractors are all like, what do you mean you're the new king? What? This is bullshit. Can nobody see where this is going to go, logically? But those guys kind of get shouted down by all the people who really like Vityrant, which there are a lot of. There are 2.5 to 3 million people in Tulsk currently. Quintupling the total population of Tulst originally. There used to be 500,000 people here. 2.5 million now. Fuck. Most of those guys, refugees. All of them now, citizens. So each one of them gets to vote in the democratically held councilor seats. Elections. That's coming in December, though, so I'm not going to jump the gun. Vityrant holds this news conference and more or less starts to act and say things relating to the Isles of Flavor's political/military leader, the Archon Fezre. He compares himself, Vityrant does, to Fezre, showing how great Tulst has it that he is not like Fezre. Despite having all the power in the world, both individually, magically, and now politically, he's still restraining himself and not enslaving his country to make them do what he wants them to. Unlike Fezre, who also has all the economic power in the world, has hundreds of years of generational wealth, and still has a slave population, where like 98% of his population is slaves. And everyone in the Confederation, which has now been declared defunct, supports it. And although the Confederation is now fully defunct and he admits to it, he says they can do better. Everyone could do better. This is an opportunity to remake a Confederation of States and not be such shitheads about it, not tolerate such monsters. This more or less will devolve over the next 2 months Especially when Alcazan makes their own cash crops, breaking Confederation charters, protectionist acts, which let city-states have their own resources, so that bigger ones couldn't, like, steal their trade and, like, make them non-states. But since the Confederation's gone, no one's holding anyone to that charter anymore. So Alcazan, likely under Tul's direct supervision, is now making ethical alternatives to the Isles of Flavor's goods. Coffee, coca, all the chocolates in the world, all the cocaine in the world, too. State-sponsored cocaine, everybody. Good stuff is happening in Alcazan, but since this massive hit on, well, Fezre's economy, pirates suddenly start hitting the coastline, especially along the sea lanes, which are now more stable than the air lanes, which, I mean, natural gas is basically gone. Sail and other sorts of alternative travel is the preferred method of shipping now. Hell, even overland is making a comeback. Pirates are taking full advantage of this. Fezre's not directly connected to it, but they're clearly coming from that direction. And then the tyrant's hiring his own pirates now to, like, steal them from Fezre's service. And it's basically started a pirate proxy war. Ugares gets involved at one point, then the fucking the Forge of Alvin gets into it at the very end as well. But it's a proxy war and a big stink in that entire area. I can even go to the world map. I should have gone to the world map. Yeah, all along this coastline, basically. All the way down to the City of Pumpkins. It's just a fucking mess. Which is fine. What else? Terry has a vision on the 8th, blah blah blah. On the Thor Azorian front, which most of you guys care about the most, Deathstream is going to be chilling for the most part during winter. And then once winter ends, everyone's kind of expecting, like, big shit to go down. Only the Angels are active in Thor Azor at the moment. Or on a meaningful level, anyway. On the 13th of December, the Tyrant releases what is known as the Tyranny Papers, also known as the Treaty of a Ruler's Obligation to His People, or some such nonsense. It gets quickly called the Tyranny Papers, since the Tyrant more or less writes it and publishes it as his ethos, pathos, and logos on how to rule a city properly. And he often makes comparisons to the Archon Fezre in the Isles of Flavor, who notably does none of the things that he finds ethical or logical. That's kind of the end of negotiations for them. And it just sort of continues to go downhill as the Tyrant keeps putting droplets into the populace during voting season, like, hey, the Isles of Flavor is pretty shit. And when election season hits, all of the politicians running during the next 16 days, they're along the lines of how much they agree with this message. Some of them are diehard fans. Some of them are, well, very few of them are, like, hardline retractors who are like, no, this is ethically wrong. We shouldn't be involving ourselves in another war. Seeing where things are going, even though all the detractors say, like, we're not going to war. He's just making ethical statements. Like, turning a blind eye to the reality that most people clearly see coming. During the 16 days, with 2.5 million voters, the turnout is just due to people not really caring. Those who do show up and vote mostly vote for people who are hardline Tyrant supporters. Because the Tyrant is responsible for housing all of the refugees. and doing it rather successfully. Many of them, but Tyrant's task force saved. The normal city refugees even go get on some sort of like local news pulpit and basically say, you guys should vote for the Tyrant. They saved us from slavery. From like Nevotor's arsenal. This abolitionist movement for other states and their business kind of dominates the elections. On the 35th is when the polls close, and is when you guys have your party. You guys are typing up a storm. Still counts. True, Antral, it does still count.
Very true.
Antral, you are the biggest propagandist of the Tyrant, despite hating him the most. How does it feel to be a useful tool?
Well, you know, he has his own propaganda that he conducts, but there's a lot of narrative that Antral just is not party to. He can't just like, you know, well, this is how this happened.
This is bullshit.
It's
we weren't there to save them.
Yeah, he's not gonna like, you know, like what he's gonna say. Oh, so this is how it unfolded. No, I mean, you know, he's one point of or one person in a world that's kind of or a narrative that's kind of being weaved. So that's how Anshua acts in these ways.
That's good to hear. On the 35th... what's up?
I think at some point between, I guess, what, the 8th and the 35th, I would talk to the Tyrant about the vision I saw. Right?
I'm sorry. You should have told me that when it was your time to talk.
You literally went straight from the vision to, like, fuck you, it's that
We
time.
have a strict schedule, fucker. We're hand-waving it. Obviously, you will tell him. Why would you keep that to a I'm pretty sure I said that verbatim. You will tell your team and probably the Tyrant.
Well, I'm making it clear, okay?
You made it
said
clear.
Probably.
Yeah. Nothing's a sure chance in this world, right? I don't want to speak for you, after all.
Well, I'm speaking for me now, John, okay?
Good. I'm proud of you. You are your best advocate. I agree. Back on subject. Guys, you are all invited on the 35th to show up for the confirmation party. More or less, you show up, get pictures taken, do your weird fealty thing again. Like, yes, we'll fight for humanity once more. We're super noble and not dickbags. Which, you know, some of you cross your fingers. One of you likely does not even make it to this because you're trapped in a different country at the moment. Holy, why are you deceiving him?
What?
What?
Damn.
Jesus.
Damn.
Fen, you're so
Awesome.
convincing.
Awesome. Wow.
You're like, I don't believe in humanity. Fuck humans.
Money is the only thing worth a damn.
True.
Slide that one in.
And you're the richest party, it seems.
Money.
Not anymore after Thatch spent it all.
We spent like 14,000 gold on potions, so.
No big deal.
What do you mean we?
Anyway, contracts are stored away safely. People sign, make a mess of themselves, get drunk once the after part, like once the, you know, festivities truly come up, like, okay, now the task force can actually let loose and say, we fucking survived. You'll find out there's more than just your 3 teams now that are active. There are like 10. None more, I don't want to say important, but none more notorious now as the ultra-violence team. Featuring Chad the Monk and a band of murderers. These are the most cold motherfuckers who have no attachment to the world, who literally go places and steal shit. Whether they are allied cities or...
And they're like, the Tyrant is like, okay with this? They're just like...
They are state-sanctioned, yeah. Yeah, they're state-sanctioned. They are the most notorious of the task force, like, community, but they are like a wet work team where no one knows they truly exist until, like, you get to see their kill count, which is impressive.
Nice.
Not only that, but they, like, attribute kills to the person of the group, which is somewhat terrifying. Yeah.
At this party, can I finally have my arm wrestling match with Igor?
I did not clear that with Igor, but sure, fuck it.
Okay.
Write down your strength roll.
You find him. You slam it into the table. Roll a athletics check.
Athletics check? Got
Yeah.
it. Oh, shit. I think he's
Alright.
probably going to beat me.
I'll just roll for him. Yeah, he rolls a natural 17.
Yeah, he wins.
He's in Alventori armor now. This guy is clearly cursed, empowered by magic. This is bullshit. It's not even fair anymore. He has surpassed his human limitations. And also, your knees hurt from back-breaking labor. Why I'm sticking to this event so long is because of what happens that night. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore, guys. We're done with the new year. As the new moon comes up... Thank you for
Save it at all.
at least laughing at it. It's none other than Sever, who is invited to the Tyrant's personal room for his own little after party to give a tiny speech to his close friends and found family. There's about... Yeah, right. There's like 15 people heading there. You go with just Meza and Honor Meza as her +1. Darling Masters has politely declined the invitation as a +1 to the +1 and is living in a bathroom. Poor, pathetic Masters. However, this is where we turn off this happy, lovely piano music.
Uh-oh.
God, I don't know what my most stressful music is. But quite literally, at the minute of midnight, you enter this room. Mr. Sever. After digging a hole for 2 months, getting you a dig speed out of it at the very end. Arm in hand with Meza. Oh, wow, this is super loud. What the fuck?
That's a lot for... Oh, maybe.
It's a little loud.
Maybe
Sever!
I just have it.
You try to open the door. There's like 8 people waiting outside, talking before entering. And you hit the handle, and it's like wedged shut.
That's,
It's super weird. And then you hear like a crash coming from the door behind you. Everyone's heads immediately snap to it, but Sever, you're right there at the door. You want to see your dad, and now it's like rocking. There's an earthquake happening behind it. What do you do?
No. I cannot use my dig speed go around the side, right?
Unfortunately, that does not work on worked
Dig through
stone.
worked stone.
Okay, alright, no problem. I want to try and force it open. I can do just a strength check. I know I'm not the strongest, but I want to try and power through
Yeah,
it.
give me a strength check of some kind.
If only you had a horse.
Ooh, strength. Please be a high number. This is just a 14.
A 14 will not be enough to get through this door, which is magically sealed. 2 wizards will, specifically just Meza, I suppose, will cast the knock spell, refusing to ever be trapped in a cage herself. It will immediately pop and then break open the door, which remains shut.
What?
Exactly. The lock mechanism, the handle, explodes outward. There's a hole that you can clearly see through Sever. What do you do?
I try and misty step through if I can see where I'm going.
Perfect. You can use a spell slot, Misty Step through into this murderous combat that is taking just the entire room. There's a combat happening. Initiative would normally be rolled here, but combat lasts seconds in this world. So you draw your fancy rapier, you're wearing your nicest clothing, probably some sort of weird tux mixed with like tacky wilderness garb. You had a green suit at one time, right?
Yeah, it's probably a lot darker now. It's much more much more brown.
We call it earthly colors, okay?
Yeah, there we go.
You swing just blindly at the shadowed form. This strange humanoid that's arm seems to be akin to some sort of, like, blade. This metaphysical man. You strike at it, it just goes straight through the shadows, even with a +2 sword. Rapier, I believe. And then, after a whirling dervish of eldritch blasts just firing everywhere, strafing the room, the bodyguard huffing and puffing, throwing their falcons down at a dissipating shadow, you turn to the tyrant, who is clutching his, like, torso beneath his, like, pectoral muscles, where you see this dark blood just beginning to pool out and fall to the floor. The door is kicked down by a cascade of people who are using their turns to, like, move, hit the door, step back, until finally it shatters fully. The barbarians and strength classes here shattering it. Many of them freeze as you, Lady Grasilia, an Ozark simulacrum dissipating on the floor, holds his hand up, says, "Let me heal you," and then shatters into a million pieces. More people gather, having heard the sound behind, or just in the hallways. You see a familiar face? No, I don't think you know Zane, the wizard. But others are beginning to, like, approach when, you know... Well, you're in the room here, Sever. What do you do?
Wait, who shattered? An Ozark familiar?
An Ozark simulacrum is shattered completely. It cut in half, turning to ice fragments and melting.
Okay, I want to use my movement to get... Because he's prone, so I want to stand on his square, like, shield out, and I want to reach down and level 2 cure wounds. It's not a lot, but my goal is to protect him.
Simulacrum?
No, sorry, the tyrant.
Oh, he's still standing. He's just stabbed. Yeah. No, Ozark simulacrum shattered, says, "Let me heal you," and then turns into ice fragments and melts. The Ozark simulacrum is fucking dead.
Okay.
Gone entirely.
Alright. Can I turn on vision, vampire vision, and look for where maybe the core is of this shadow creature? It could just be like the shadow dragon where I don't see it, but
there are so many heat signatures in this room now, you can't differentiate it. I'll give you an investigation check, but it'll be at disadvantage.
It's better than nothing. Let's see.
Okay.
You know.
Your dad is bleeding out. He is stabbed in the chest. Your eyes constantly turn to your vision, like this golden liquid falling to the floor. Where you would think to just see, like, well, I guess gold is a signature of heat. This hot blood flowing out.
Not good.
No, it's not. Your eyes flicker back as others, like, try to stem the bleeding, and he's just like, "Calm down. It's a flesh wound."
I'm going
just more blood. Somebody fix the door.
But the shadow thing is still in the room, right?
It seems to be gone.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. I just look out at the rest of the people. Like, does anyone... I want to see if everyone is watching the tyrant or if anyone's looking somewhere else.
The more combat-savvy people are, like, looking for threats. If there are, like, lingering assassins beneath the bed. Others are casting spells of detection, like detect magic, hard casting, looking for signs. But there's a lot of people in here now.
Okay. I'm just gonna move to the tyrant side, and I'm still looking around, and
He grabs onto your shoulder, wraps his arm around the back to get both, and says, "Oh, my lovely son. You're a good boy. Jumping into the fray to save your father."
I'm
Very,
still
very strange macho thing he's trying to do. Maybe to, like, hide the pain or make this more humorous than it is.
I'll send a telekinetic message to him, like, just silently, is like, what do we do? How do we, what was that thing? If there's something you need done, let me know. I can find out right now. I can search, he knows that I can search surface thoughts. If he like gives me a nod or anything, then I can get a message secretly.
He directs you to find Hodel, the vampire.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Alright.
And
I
then,
nod my head.
do you leave?
I will put him in Just Mezza's arms. You know, and then I'll head out. Do I take my task force with me? Do I stop them? Like, hey, we gotta go.
Does Mezza slap him? God damn it, JC.
Most of your team is shit-faced. Sever, this is a task solely for... They want to send like five people to go and find the vampire that you directly can connect to.
Okay.
I hate them.
But as you do that, messages will be sent to Hodel soon as we head back into the world of generalization. The following morning, everyone in the task force is summoned. Literally everyone in the keep, the court, who was at this party the last night, is kept there on lockdown without being told why. And in the morning, there is an assembly. Everyone is told what happened, followed by a gag order. All of the task force will know that the tyrant, there was an assassination attempt on the tyrant's life this night. He is stable and fine now. Very nice, Shadow. But none of you are to speak of this, even to each other out in the open. They do not mention, this is solely for Sever and one other character, and then all the NPCs, that an Ozark simulacrum died. They do not tell anyone that. I'm sorry, JC, if that mattered to you. That day, that same day, the tyrant makes his first public declaration to the world that he denounces the Archon Fezre and that he will be conducting a military operation to remove him and his government from power and free the people of the Isles of Flavor. If the Confederation will turn a blind eye to the plight of thousands of people, he will not. Many task force members are getting their orders to begin to mobilize during this day. In 4 days, no, in 2 days, you all will head to Thorazor to join up with a Norm Thulon, who could not make it to this meeting, or to the party, because he has a war to run in Thorazor, and wanted to be with the people he'd be serving with. As you guys prep and narratively get all your shit together, mechanically raiding the armory for stuff that the raid team will get first dibs to. For no other reason than they can. The Overlord of the Forge of Alvin will make her own announcement on the 3rd, denouncing the Tyrant of Tulst, notably not declaring war, calling the Tyrant a warmonger who is planning to lead what few states still stand to complete destruction. The Tyrant makes his response rather immediately, perhaps having expected this or just being hot-blooded. He calls the Forge of Alvin and its leadership cowards for not doing what they should have done decades ago. He calls them out. He says, if you want to stop me, come at me, bro. But since we know how you operate, we know you won't. There's no response from the Overlord and a son in a public showdown of verbal insults. Each one of these states are too far away to truly do anything significant to one another, except embargo trade, really. But it's not like the Forge of Alvin produces anything. Are you typing again? Should I be worried? No? Okay, you're just smiling. Oh, okay, I saw it that time. You fuck.
One hero. Rides on
Our
a
savior.
steed.
A shadow
So-
steed.
Yeah, you're talking about Forge of Alvin, so I'm wondering what happened to poor Alonso.
That's a great question.
know.
One that we will hopefully find out next time we meet at City States of Klovisa, ; the God War. You all will fly to Thorazor that day. Guys, thank you all so much for joining me. It's good to be back.
It is good to be back as well, John. Lots of fun. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Who expected the geopolitical drama about trade routes to happen?
Anyone who watched.
Sure. Star Wars. The Phantom Menace, the objectively best Star Wars movie.
Anybody that was paying attention to the documents that you posted,
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
The what?
Tipped your hand by giving it to us and saying, here, I
Yeah.
have something for you to read.
You guys should read that. I don't want to go into more depth. We're done talking about trade after this episode, but probably
Very
not.
sly of you, John.
Good.
Very sly.
Time to talk about war.
It's true. Well, if anyone has anything they want to say, now's the time.
Glad to see JC's back. Sorry we talked too much and you didn't get to announce your character, but we're looking forward to it next week.
Very
Trust
difficult
birds.
to get through all of our stories because, you know, we all like have ideas of what to do over the weekends. I'm sure we all had plans, everything.
Well,
So
especially
it's-
with 2 months of downtime.
I mean, yeah.
For
So
sure.
just streamlining it as fast as possible is literally the only like logistically way to do this. I mean, it's just, you know, and narratively, we could go to forever to everything. Like it's an infinite amount of possibility spaces of narratively. So, you know, I mean, what can you say? It is what it is, you know? Just cut through it, get through it, and hopefully JC can be can play next time. Hopefully.
I think we'll start with him next time. We'll spend like 40 minutes just on whatever he wants to do.
Seriously, I know personally I had a list of things to do that's just like logically, no. It can't
Wow.
be done. He's gonna even like, you know, haggle with the tyrant and everything like that.
Well, the first thing my
It's
character's
not
going to do is go to Destry and get that reward money for the horse dye.
yes.
Yep.
Like,
There you
Brood.
go.
Brood. We
Brood was,
talked.
like,
We
dropped
talked.
I don't how to go there alone. I'm sorry. How? All right, first of all, how was it to get to Destry and when?
I'm gonna let you guys argue
all
off
the
screen.
airships are down.
Guys, have a wonderful afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are. And as always, oh, fucking die. Losers. Ha ha.